Live.
Hey, you're live. Look at that. Yay.
Chewy had to get his 2 cents in, didn't he? Howdy, folks. Welcome back to the Shadow and Sun Show. Welcome back to another Thursday night of maybe painting and crafting and all that stuff. But you never know where this show's gonna wander off to. I got my son down below, Bear, the Gen X GM, joining us. How you doing, man?
I'm good.
Glad to hear it. We were in the back room talking about his show last night. If you didn't see it with Tim Kask, go over there after the show. Check it out. It was a really, really interesting interview. And you always have a great group of guys there. It was nice seeing Cody and Logan. Logan's a good friend of ours. He's the guy who actually drew that picture I sent you the other day of Cyborg Shadow. Yeah, he's the one who AI arted it, and I was like, I didn't ask. He was watching one of the Hungar shows where someone said something about BB and a cyborg. And so he went off and made a bunch of images, all very, very cool images that gave me a lot of ideas. What's up, Hungar? Hey, I gave you the link, brother. I know you're with family, but if you get a minute, feel free to come on in and hang out for a bit. Missed the show. I thought you were going to send me a link for a show today, but it's kind of a good thing that you didn't because I was all over the place this afternoon. So Bear, gotta ask, how's it going with your project?
It's good, but boy, it's a lot of work, and I'm tired. I mean, I'm doing a full-time day job and then a full-time night job as a result of this. So it's it's basically I don't know. I'll sleep when I'm dead, I guess. Though it's a 4-day weekend, thankfully, and I'm going off tomorrow on a road trip with some friends for the day, so that'll be nice and refreshing. Cool. Get out of the city, get some highway under our wheels.
Yeah, I didn't even it didn't even occur to me. Jackie's on spring break, but they're going to do a 4-day weekend. Do you have to go to school Monday, right, Jack? I'll take that as a no. What's up, Owen? I'll bring you in just a second. If I can find my cursor. What's up, Omen? Welcome to the show.
Hey.
How you doing, man?
Picking up a bunch of chicken here, so.
Of course you are. Of course you are. You should just have a cooking show. You really should. And by a cooking show, I don't mean a cooking show. I mean a show where you've already cooked the meal and you just eat it.
Oh, I thought I'd do that normally on yours. No, it's.
So it's been a pretty weird week. Jackie's been home the whole week, and I have hardly seen hide nor hair of him.
Yeah, because I've been doing things.
I understand. It's just most kids would be out getting into trouble, or at least
Back in your day, they did. Nowadays, they're just sitting around playing PS5 all day.
Yeah.
Do you have a PS5, Jackie?
No, I don't.
There you go. So shut up, Omanal, with your old man talk.
No, we used to play a lot of different games together on it, but not so much lately. And with Alex here, I'm really surprised we didn't play. What the heck was that game we used to play together, Jack?
I don't know. I gotta go.
I think it was it Diablo? No, it wasn't Diablo.
It was Gauntlet.
Gauntlet.
The old school Gauntlet? Wow.
No, the newer one.
Okay.
Still love
the
Gauntlet.
newer one.
No,
It's
awesome.
a lot of fun, but Alex is always the elf, so he's running around stealing the gold while we're actually doing the heavy lifting, such as it is.
Justin, it's your chance.
It's your chance, Justin. Take it.
Yeah, I gave you the link, brother.
Be a maniac on the floor.
Yeah.
I gotta trim this shit up this weekend.
Hey, I've been meaning to ask. You probably don't know, probably never heard of this guy named Hammerhand.
Hammerhand?
Yeah, he's a men's right big towel guy. It's really
Okay.
funny, but every time you do the thing with the beard and the brush, it reminds me of him. I used to watch his show all the time, but not so much lately.
No, given that chaos in your chin, maybe I'll buy you a beard brush for Christmas.
Yeah, I can't get it to just straighten out. I know I need to get some like mini. Of course, it is. His avatar is chicken. Nice, Owen. Nice.
Hey man, that takes like 3 days to make.
That's like Bruce's famous thing he calls a pizza. Bruce Lombardo of Dick's Division. Speaking of, I hope you're doing well with your new job there, Bruce. Glad to hear you're getting paid what you deserve. The guy's been busting ass all over Texas for years and years, cleaning up other people's crap, literally. And,
Hey, they pay well for being a plumber.
Yeah. But now he's making some real money, so I'm glad to hear it. And
Justin's in the green room.
oh, okay. Sorry. Normally I get this weird little noise that says, "Hey, someone's in the green room." Justin, welcome on board.
Hey, I had to find my camera.
You had to find your camera? What happened to your camera?
I use a cell phone, and when I'm not using it, I put it on a shelf, and I put it on the wrong one.
Oh, what software do you use?
It literally says in the corner there, bro.
I don't see.
Oh, it's covered by my name tag. Iris. I'll send you a link to it later.
How much does that
What?
cost? How much does that cost?
Nothing.
Really?
They have
Cool.
a paid higher what's the fucking pixel or whatever the fucking crap is,
Resolution?
that word. Yeah, I think it's like 720p on the free standard and 1080 or whatever on the. You have a higher quality camera feed
Okay.
than I have, so I wouldn't switch.
No.
But,
I've always been wondering about using one for something else. Second camera.
Oh yeah. But yeah, if you you have an old cell phone around and you don't want to buy a camera, that's what it's used for.
Exactly. I have an old Galaxy that I can use for that.
Yeah. But yeah, you just
I'm on my laptop, and it's working well enough so that Max Liao doesn't freak out. So that's all I'm worried about.
it claims it can do wireless with the phone as long as you're on the same Wi-Fi network.
Yeah.
Everything okay there, Hungar? Did you forget to pay somebody, your bookie or something? Or
He's just gonna be known as Hungar. He won't be the Star Variant, and then when he comes out being incognito, he'll be back to Hungar, the Star Variant.
if you need anything, brother, you know where to call.
Yeah, not me. Don't call me.
Oh, real quick, Hungar, if you're there, when do the submissions for the painting challenge need to be submitted so I can get the little guy, painting?
Isn't he taller than you now?
No.
No.
He's getting there, but
He's lying.
Yeah.
It just looks like that because I'm always in slippers because I'm lazy, and he's usually in proper shoes or boots. And if he's in his uniform, he just looks all beefy.
Yeah, and even if I crouch, I'm still taller than you now.
Shut up.
It's not a
Just
lie.
because it's true doesn't mean you have to make fun of your father.
Yeah, but it's also, as we know, historically, people were shorter in ages gone by. And given how old you are, I mean, you're a fucking hobbit. You know,
well, no. He's one of those
Homo
giants. You were
florenzius.
talking about. He's one of those giants you were talking about.
No.
Shadow is
did
not a
any of you ever listen?
Denisovian.
Did
He's
any
like
of
that
you ever
much taller
listen
than everybody else.
to 2,000-year-old man? Where they said, "Oh, after a certain age, you start shrinking by an inch every decade."
Yeah, so I would literally be shorter than Connell at this point if that was the case. For the record, I am 5'10".
Well, it's
5'11".
still
Wow,
hard to be shorter than Connell,
5'10".
but-
Look out. We got ourselves a big strapping lad here.
I know. And that's all depending on which convenience store I'm leaving at the time.
Yeah. And how fast you're going, and if the cameras are working, and all the other things.
Okay, Hungar, you take it easy. So no show tomorrow means I get to sleep in. Awesome. Not like I was gonna make these little Rugrats breakfast anyways. It's been kind of nice. This whole week I got to sleep in a little. I wake up, they've already eaten. They've managed to figure out cereal, so bonus.
That's good.
Zoomers can't figure out cereal. Back in my day, we had to go out to the mill and ground it ourselves.
Back in my day, cereal was dinner. Okay. I mean, marijuana was involved, but it was still dinner. I must paint more minis. Cal, welcome to the show. I am painting minis. I've gotten some stuff done, but I made the mistake of buying some really cool minis from North Star Minis, and I've been painting them instead of anything I told myself I was gonna do. So
yeah, I got some assembly to work on.
But I am really, really excited about the Dungeons and Lasers Kickstarter that just ended. They made almost $2 million. It's really nice having been with them since the very first product that they had, and they gave life to this channel in a way. I cannot wait to get that stuff on the table and just run a really miniature intensive show off sort of game, not necessarily a one shot, but just something to really just, show Jackie's friends and other folks, if you want to go this route. Mind you, I normally run Theater of the Mind games because it's just easier, it's better. That's the way we always played until we had money, and then now I can afford minis, and then that just snowballs into becoming a holder.
Yeah,
not hoarder, but that's what Jackie's mom says.
No, you're a hoarder.
No, I know, but she says holder. She doesn't know the word hoard.
He's not a hoarder. He's just a holder.
Yeah, I'm a holder, and back in the
A
day,
holder person, as
totally
she actually
different.
says.
Right, guys?
Hey! If your mother wasn't holding on to your father, you wouldn't be here. So
are you guys playing But Pirates of Gaywater this weekend?
No, and it's not but Pirates of Gaywater.
It is, as long as Justin's in it. That's what I'm calling it.
Justin is a really, really fun guy to game with.
Get your cake and eat it too, buddy.
Yeah, that's exactly what my character does.
I know, I've heard.
There's sometimes there's positive things to be said about stereotypes and one-trick ponies. They're reliable. You can always rely on them to do their shtick, and I'm glad he's in my game. I hope he'll stick around even when it starts to get ugly, because
there's not enough people that are super familiar with role playing in the game for me to go too deep with emotion or character.
Yeah,
I'm speaking of that guy over there.
Yeah, he's fine. He's fine.
Wait a minute. All right, did you insult me by saying I had an emotion?
Something like that, bro.
Okay,
Something like that.
No, I really like everybody that's in the group, and I don't want to push any one thing, when it comes to the levels of D,
Yeah, I'm super ninth dimensional.
Right, there you go.
After listening to Tim Kask yesterday, apparently we're all role playing way too much.
He is definitely a half a 1D kind of guy.
That guy is the OSR if it was in a human. He was so fun, man. My face hurt. I was laughing so hard.
Well,
The shit
I
he was-
loved it. And I hated saying that, but when I saw all these actors, I'm like, oh my god.
No. These half-assed failed actors. That was my favorite line, and that's why I responded. I said, "Well, as a whole-ass successful actor, and we just took it from there." But he was cool. We talked after the show, and he was like, "Oh, I hope I didn't insult you." I'm like, "Not at all, man. Not at all. It's funny."
We're all 50 years old. You can't insult us with that kind of.
Yeah. Man, I gained 22 years.
But he was a funny guy. He was.
What's up, Dean? I'm still working on that.
12 years.
Don't think I
My
forgot, dude.
math's bad.
Well, I'm glad that he clarified it's boule.
Hey, he created it. If he wants to pronounce it all gay-like, that's fine.
Yeah, but this is. I remember back in the early 2000s, where I was working in news radio, and we got this article, audio piece, the bubonic plague, and we're all looking at each other, going, "Boo! It's bubonic. It's not boo. Where do they get boo from?" And someone pipes up, "Well, it's boo makes it scarier." Like, oh, okay, that's cool. There we go. So boule makes it scarier than bulette.
Hey,
That's that part.
I can count on one hand the times I've actually used that particular critter.
I've used it to great effect.
Oh yeah. But I prefer air sharks if I want to really scare somebody.
What, Sharknado?
Scare
Kinda.
No, that's a bubble.
Air sharks do not scare me, bro. They make me laugh.
I will remember that in the near future.
Sharknado.
Just saying, brother.
Is it pink? Because it'll be funnier if it's pink.
No, but I do need to get the music queued up just for that.
Will the music be pink? Because
No,
she could probably do a pretty good rock and soundtrack for that.
No, screw that crazy lady. Not a fan. She's weird.
Yeah, I think.
And box-headed.
Yes.
Box-headed.
Yeah.
She reminds me of my boss's ex-girlfriend, Brigitte Nielsen, but with less talent.
Yeah, that's fair. And
not
like,
that she
and when you
was-
say you have less talent than Brigitte Nielsen, you're pretty much saying you have no talent at that point in time.
I know. But
Why does that name sound familiar?
Red
Red
Sonja,
Sonja.
yeah, and
Oh.
Cobra,
Rocky.
I think. With Stallone.
Cobra, Rocky 5. What else?
And the funny
Beverly
thing
Hills
is,
Cop 2.
my former boss was her bodyguard, and he's literally like 5'6", maybe.
Yeah, she's tall.
But he's like literally the most dangerous guy I've ever met, and thank God I never got on his bad side. Although I think I pissed him off once, but only once, and that was during a game of Trivial Pursuit. It wasn't my fault because I was. We were all
Pursuing
playing
trivia?
We were playing Trivial Pursuit, and
You had actually been there at the event that they was asking the question about, and therefore had insider knowledge. We understand.
no, just the opposite. It was a question about Jimi Hendrix, and I didn't know. I didn't listen to Jimi Hendrix.
Good man.
But his girlfriend is yet another gigantic redhead from Australia, who's like literally almost a foot taller than him. She like gave me a hint, but you couldn't get mad at her, for giving me a hint, and I'm just like, I only knew because I knew the song just from having been alive and listened to the radio once or twice, but it was he was a badass, and I don't know how that works. I get it, tall guys, short women, that makes sense, but short guys, tall women.
What was Marconi like?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, you said you listened to the radio once or twice. I figured you were there at the start.
I was
and
gonna
then-
make that joke, but I didn't want to do it. And
Well, you're
Well,
lost.
that's just because he stole it from Tesla, didn't he?
Well, exactly. Well, who do you think delivered the plans to him? Shadow. You know.
The Monster Girl Encyclopedia. Now I have to write that down on my notes. I have never heard of that.
Oh yeah, that's a dark place to go.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah.
I guess I gotta go there.
So it's all
go
about the
there.
men being stepped on and stuff like that. That's a huge part of that fetish, is that the women like step on the men in their high heels and stuff. They're really into that sort of thing, and it's really fucking creepy. I miss the days when people kept their fetishes in their fucking head, and we didn't have to hear about them all the time. Or
at least in the bedroom, you know. I don't want to know.
Monster Girl Encyclopedia is an anime thing.
No, I'm saying, but the
Okay.
Monster Girl fetish, there's this whole fetish about big women that exists on the internet. If you played video games enough, you'd know it because of that giant woman that was in that fucking
Resident Evil.
Yeah, I avoided that like a hot plague.
I'm like a cold plague. Cold plagues are totally embraceable.
Yeah, yeah, they are. I avoid those two, but with less.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of any of the recent plagues. Just saying, the old ones though. Those were classy.
Yeah, well, I mean, come on, I mean, the Black Death must have been really good for you, you know. So,
I already had the look, you know.
The plague doctor mask, and you were off to the races. You know?
Well, that's just because
he introduced those.
No, he just had the boils from the previous plague, you know. Hey! How was
impersonating me on Keith's channel? I was just wondering if he knew it wasn't me.
What? Nobody cares. Just keep your dick in your pants. That's all we ask around
here. I don't know, Murray. I actually haven't been on Keith's channel in over a week.
Who's Keith?
Keith Andrews. He's an interesting guy to say the least.
He's a guy. He's a guy.
He's the guy who claims to have been reincarnated multiple times and met aliens and done a bunch of other crazy stuff.
Oh, was that guy you introduced me to? The guy with the weird sort of space freaky show?
No, not the blonde kid. That was Nathan. This is the older guy.
Oh, there was a show. There was a show you were on. You were telling me I had to meet them and get on their show at some point in time.
Yeah. I'm not doing that show anymore.
Yeah, who's that guy? Because
that was Nathan Allen.
Okay, yeah.
Wait, really? Why aren't you doing that show anymore?
Long story. I'll tell you after the show.
Yeah, I just watched an episode where they were breaking down the Akashic record, and I went, okay, well, you're all fucking weirdos. I'm out. Like, I'm not doing anything to do with that. When I started hearing like New Age bullshit, I'm like, okay, listen, I'm all down for real conversations about spirituality and the occult and things like that. But when I started hearing 60s, 70s California New Age horse shit coming out of people's mouths, I'm just like, no, we're good.
Yeah.
For me, it was more a matter of censorship. Some things are okay, others are not, you know, and any sort of it is just too much of an echo chamber. Let's put it that way.
Well, okay, look, I'm going to say something that's a little unpleasant, but it's true, because it's something I used to do with Wiccans, which was, really, you have the secrets of the universe at your disposal, and you're renting my buddy's basement from him? You know what I mean? Like, that's the grand success of the universe for you, is you can't hold a job, you smell bad, you have to bum money for food, but you have the secrets of the universe before you? Like, shut the fuck up. You know? And that's where I get to with all that shit.
If Mother Gaia was so a friend of yours, why isn't she growing the food tree vine in your basement?
No, it wasn't.
So you don't need food.
The black mold mushrooms you seem to be cultivating. So
on your feet,
well,
that are
don't get me
somehow
wrong.
Dirtier than mine.
I really like Nathan a lot.
If you rewind this video, proof of that.
I'm not gonna, you know.
Oh no, he seems like a nice guy. It was the people that he was hanging out with. I was just like, no, just
his
no.
regulars. Well,
hit it on the nose, my friend. Hit it on the nose.
And like whenever you push back on anything, because I was on there one time, I pushed back on. I was telling you about this, the stone bicycle carving thing.
Yeah.
And I was just getting the nay, no, it's absolutely aliens that carved that stone bicycle in the wall. And it's like,
I went there with
how bored were the aliens that they're like, you know what, we're gonna do some graffiti and let's make it a bicycle.
Yeah.
Were they high?
don't know when it was carved, and B, like those are all basic concepts that have existed for millions of years, or well, thousands of years.
They
at
wanted
least.
to be LEED Gold certified, so they had to bring the bikes.
Yeah,
They
that
were
makes
that
sense.
WEF money. They were going to be green. They're going to get that World Economic Forum cash.
That's right.
My interstellar starship runs on pedal power, motherfucker.
Right.
Ooh.
I came to the conclusion many months ago that most of the answers that those people and myself were looking for have already been found. The government's got them, and if you really want to know, get a job with the government, infiltrate, work your way up the system, and you'll find your damn answers. Otherwise, somebody else's opinion and photographs and things that could be hoaxed are not proof.
Most people in government don't even know their own regulations.
Right. No,
you expect them to know. You expect them to know the high level stuff.
No, I mean, if you want, if you want to get those answers, become a Fox Mulder, get in, and sign up with the Illuminati and all those other guys.
You think any of those people would ever have the fortitude to even fill out the application form?
Right. But that's where they are. Like I could joke with Raven. I will not believe in aliens or Bigfoot until I shoot one, strap it to the hood of my car, and bring it to the center of town for everybody to see.
We all know that's horseshit because you have a condo at timeshare in Mount Shasta, and you timeshare it with the Bigfoot who's from Zeta Reticuli, and we all know this to be true.
Well, yeah, I'm pretty sure he thinks that's just Mel.
All I heard was he wants to strap on a.
He wants to strap on. That's all you need to know. He's casting for his new movie.
That is exactly what he said, and that's exactly why I'm. Never mind.
That's exactly
why you're calling Child Protection Services
and filing for emancipation.
We don't say that on this channel. That's one of the few things I will censor. Those people are monsters.
Yes,
yes, but it's the Shadow Protection Service. So.
Ooh.
That's like a Roach Motel. You can check in, but you ain't checking out.
Well, la-dee-da. Yeah, anyway, I just decided after watching a couple more of their shows, I'm like, yeah, I have no interest in talking to these people. Like, just
I went there looking for people who were looking for answers, but obviously they've found all their answers, and now they're more along the lines of spreading their religion, and I've already got one.
Yeah, I have a name for that. It's called Woo Woo, and they had weapons grade Woo Woo on that channel.
Yes.
Yeah.
And Raven does a show, and I'm going to be on one soon, I think. But she's a big fan of that. But at least she's willing to accept other ideas and other answers and other possibilities, as opposed to it has been engraved in stone on 2 tablets. This is the way. This is the light.
Well, even
Bigfoot.
Even those 2 tablets are a little more open for like interpretation. You know my feeling on the people who hold the tablets, but I still like those 2 tablets.
The whole
tablets make a lot of sense to me.
Kill and lie and steal. Really good ones. Really good.
Actually, it's not do not kill. It's do not murder. There's a difference.
Shit.
It's not even do not lie.
That
It's
is
fair.
true. That is true.
It's thou shalt not bear false witness.
Now I'm sure I'm gonna eat shit from Jackie on this one, but it's the reality is the 10 Commandments actually come from one of the mystery schools of Egypt, which was for their induction into the sacred magical traditions, and these were the rules they had to agree to and all this stuff, and it was the sacraments of that thing that eventually turns into the 10 Commandments. But the point is who cares?
Yeah.
Who gives a shit? Like, I don't give a fuck what anybody else thinks about the universe anymore. I've stopped caring because everybody has some of the most insane ideas in their heads that are programmed into them by their parents, by their religion, by their school, by their indoctrination, by their culture, whatever the case may be. Right? Like, we think, let's take a perfect example. Eating dogs is wrong. We know that because we were raised in a society that doesn't do it. But Southeast Asia, they don't feel the same way about it because they weren't raised in a society that thinks that way. Yet we judge them for being bad. So we need to all stop that because we just went up judging. Yes, exactly. Bigfoot and aliens are on the $6 million man. The Probot was there too. The Probot scared me.
Fembots.
No, not Fembots. The Probe. Remember the Probe, the big weird tank thing that he couldn't defeat, and it had this weird noise. When I was a kid, that scared the shit out of me. Hey, is there a channel you're not making comments in, Mercurius? Just checking. I mean, it seems like you're stalking me now, man.
Bear's got an open invitation here. Just saying, folks.
It's okay. I don't know what I ever did to Mercurius, but he's been taking a lot of shots at me lately. I guess I pissed him off somehow. Oh well.
Well, maybe he's just flipping shit because it's funny. I'm always a fan.
Maybe.
Of that. That's the thing with chat. You can't see people's faces.
Well, it's also the thing with Australians. I know Mercurius. I'm fucking with you. Jesus Christ, dude. You come by my channel sometimes. I know we're cool.
Yeah. Well, that was a big problem for me when I first started doing YouTube. And Cal, one of the very first people to push me to meet guys like everybody here, was saying, go on these channels, go check them out, and get in the chat, and get to know these people, blah blah blah. And I'm like, okay, that's weird, but okay, it's brand new to me, and it was so hard at the beginning to you only get so many characters. I think like 100 characters to type in a chat. Trying not to come off like a know-it-all or a jackass. I know, too late, but it does take a little finesse to word your statements to not come across as
Nah, it sounds like too much work.
Just be an asshole to everybody else on the internet, man. Come on.
I was able to read through your stuff. I'm going to say pretty quickly, and that's why you're here, because I know deep down you're a kindred spirit.
I'll tell you right now, Justin, the only reason that you and I remained friends was because you demonstrated to me the ability to understand stop. You actually showed me an ability to go, oh no, this isn't the place for that type of behavior. And that was something I was like, okay, cool. Justin's actually a mature adult. You can have a conversation with him.
Oh,
right.
Fuck us.
Fucked up. Yeah, damn fucked up, son.
Yeah.
It's okay, Justin. You're a mod for a reason. Hey, what's up, James? You want the link? You just say the word, brother, and you are in like Flynn.
James, I'm going to send you the link right now on Discord, buddy. I'm sending you the link.
I guess I got to make Bear a mod too.
No, God, don't make me a mod. Fuck no.
Okay.
I'll fucking silence people and kick them. I'm a prick when I'm a mod.
Okay. Yeah.
Power goes to my head.
Yeah. Power goes to my second chin, and then I cover it up so nobody can see it.
That's what the beard's for.
Scruffy the way I like it.
No, I have a weak chin. It's one of the ancestry of my Celtic blood.
Thanks,
So the beard gives me shape.
So what you're saying is that you need to marry a Habsburg, and then your children will have a normal chin?
Yes, there you go. James, that's the spirit.
I'm pretty sure it was more than just that, James. Just saying.
No. I'm just not taking the bait. No.
I still like Deb Powell's previous statement.
Which one?
The one about the Bible.
About the boils?
Scroll up a little bit.
Now I
got part of the Bible was when Adam was lonely, and instead of telling him to go back and tend the garden, God said, "Have you considered boobs?" Man, she's a thing called vagina. It's gonna make your day. But it's a trap.
I just keep thinking that it's like listening to 2,000-year-old man, except that, older.
It's the second time you brought that up today. Did you listen to it recently? What's going on, Omanal?
Well, of course I listened to it because it was funny.
I missed.
You know what? That's not a bad idea.
Mel Brooks and who? Who's it? Mel Brooks and...
I should have made him a mod like the first person. Him or Grimm. Those two guys have been with us since the very beginning. And I don't know how you guys even found us. When I think about it, it just blows my mind. It's miraculous. When you start out, how anybody finds your channel.
Mhm.
Because we weren't doing the networking or watching other channels. I was watching a few craft channels, but I never really hung out with most of the crafter guys like GM Scotty, and I did hang out with what the hell was his name, Jackie? God, I can't even. Wylock.
What?
Wylock's from Wylock's Armory.
Mhm.
I honestly can't remember how I met all you people. I honestly
Lisa
can't
Min?
remember.
You just kind of popped up one time. I was like,
Yeah.
who the fuck's this guy?
I don't know how I met all
I
these
still
people.
ask that same question.
Fuck, I do it every morning when I brush my teeth. I'm like, who the fuck is this guy?
Was it EL Geek?
No, that was. I'm saying, like, I don't even remember how I met Ye Old Geek. I don't remember how I met any of these people, man.
I bet it was through Max.
No, I met Max later on. Max
Yeah.
Leal, much later on.
I think I met you through Mr. Max.
Yeah.
Weird War 2's in the green room.
Oh shit! We have a freaking celebrity.
He's a celebrity. How the fuck is he a celebrity?
Because I'm fucking awesome. That's why.
He's
In
the
your
guy.
mind, I agree.
He's the guy that showed up on one of these shows and didn't pull his dang out.
Hey, look, I did that once. Okay, Jesus Christ, Justin, let me live it
You
down.
fuck one go.
I mean, if
You fuck
that's a
one go.
requirement, I mean, let me just say.
No,
no.
fuck no.
No.
And for God's sake, if you're gonna do it, at least wait till Nerd's Nerd is here so she can just rip you a new one. Just saying.
For being this big.
Can you imagine how much money she would make doing penis shaming? Like, oh my god! Like, because there's a ton of women out there making a lot of money off that, right?
Well,
and just the razor sharp wit she brings to the table.
From what
Oh
she-
my god!
she told
Nurse,
me about
she's
her
a nice
sister.
girl. She's a nice girl.
She's a fucking AI on the dark side of the moon, running on a Pentium 5, sir.
Hey, 2
Hey,
penny
she said so. She said so. With her words.
Yeah, indeed it does, Cal. Indeed it does. Everything happens for a reason. I for the life of me, don't know what the reason is, but it could have been. It could have been DM James. I'm certain it was one of the bigger
I
folks
feel like
out there.
DM James was my gateway too.
He was mine because I was reading some article about game companies that hate you, and then I was like, I gotta look into this more because I hadn't been in role playing that for a long time.
And Justice just realized,
And it
that
was
doesn't have enough for me.
So what's the drama right now? I've been out of the loop for a while. What's
What drama?
your
There's no
face.
drama.
The drama that's been going on for the last 2 months has been your face.
my face?
Yeah.
Yeah. You and not showing up. I know you're.
Dude, I've been working my fucking ass off. Man, I've been working.
Yeah, I know. Stand up for us because it's just going to be an empty concave area. You know.
Yeah. Yeah,
Much
so-
like his penis, I don't want to see that either. Thank you.
So James did a video on all the companies that hate you, and I watched it, and then I just started watching more of his stuff, and then I started talking to other people.
Yeah, I'm thinking with DM James was my gateway as well.
Yeah.
It wouldn't surprise me.
It's been a weird 2 years. That's all I'm fucking saying, man.
You know what? No, it was.
You've been in
Biggest
this
Geekus.
circle for 2
Literally,
years.
I know it was Biggest Geekus,
Yep.
right, Jack?
Yeah, no, our gateway was Biggest Geekus.
They were the first
Yeah.
people to have me on, and it was one of my favorite shows to this date because we were talking about the lack of pros and only cons for running an evil campaign.
Hmm.
And
Well, there's no lack of pros for running an evil campaign. There's the whole thing is pros. You get to burn and pillage and torment to your heart's content, and nobody gives a shit
Now,
because you killed them all already.
DM James is Hungar's brother.
and
Right?
yeah,
Yes.
Yeah.
and yes, Cal told me about Biggest Geekus, and I went over there, was hanging out in the chat, and they invited me on, and it just went from there.
So for me, it was doing a couple of things with Mr. Welch, and then that brought Tex in for a couple of things on my channel, and that's what blew me up initially. As my initial thrust up was because of all the Texas people and Mr. Welch's people started hanging out and hanging out and doing stuff, and then through them I found other people, and then DM James was like I think the first person I was ever on the show of, and then Ye Old Geek after that, and then from there it all went downhill because I met Shadow.
Sorry,
I was probably the last guy Shadow took a chance on.
Well, yeah, because
Then you blame him? Yeah, fucking prevert.
He's like, oh my god, I'm not gonna do that.
No. I will never. I mean,
You
unless
were-
you know,
You
unless
were
does something real
perverted.
weird.
Justin
Brian and I
warned
are
you.
so-
Justin warned you. Don't do it. Don't do it. You might want to listen to Justin. You're like, oh, it's
Yeah,
okay.
you know.
Yeah, those aren't words you often hear in normal conversation. You might
Yeah,
want to listen to Justin.
I've never actually heard those words before.
Fuck you. I'm always right, man. I just
No.
I filter it under a
Yeah,
bunch
right
of crap.
wing, right
Yeah, I was about
of
to say,
center.
all right.
Yeah, all right.
That's besides the point. That doesn't make me wrong. Makes me not left wing. Who technically aren't always wrong either. But
And then Legion of
I'm
Myth was
still
because of
right.
Brian. Gaming with ADHD. I had to take a Wednesday off for something, so he did a show. He would always do shows when I took the Wednesday for the 4 Color Cafe off, and he had Max Liao on for one, and I'm like, I what the fuck? I've seen this guy's shows. This guy's an asshole. And then I met him, and I'm like, yeah, fuck, I actually like this guy. Shit, you know.
He's a really good guy. I stopped going on the shows because a game popped up on Fridays, and hopefully I'll get to pop back on and say hi every once in a while.
Yeah.
Well,
so
I enjoy his Sunday shows more, especially last week's with
Yeah,
he's moving his Sunday show to Friday, so it'll be on tomorrow night if he hasn't changed his mind.
No.
since-
That's
really.
No, he's not. His Sunday show is still going to be on Sunday, but maybe not this Sunday.
He said it's going to be on Friday this week, and he's probably going to make it permanent because I was in the chat with him
Oh.
when he said that.
As much as I like that idea, I could see how it might not work out the way he thinks it will. But
Mhm.
I know he's wanted to kind of not be that guy, the Jerry Springer of our
Yeah,
community.
well, this is the thing, right? When the second or third time I was on, I started referring to him as Fox News RPG because it was just easier that way. And then I told him this last time I was on. I said it's like only after I started appearing on his show did I start having the assholes showing up on my channel and causing shit. You know what I mean? It's like he became the epicenter of the toxicity or something. It was really weird. Like I would never met. Well, I'm not going to name names in case we summon them, but you know who I'm talking about. Like I would never have run into any of those people if I had never gone to Legion of Myth. You know?
Right,
Mhm.
right.
Who's
Yeah.
Jack?
I thought you were talking about Mr. Max, not Max
No,
Liao.
no, Max Liao.
Yeah,
I met
okay,
Mr.
so
Max on Legion of Myth.
yeah,
I think I
Okay.
do too.
so I'm
Although I
talking
don't know
about the moving of shows being Mr. Max's.
No, we're talking about Max Liao. He's moving his
Okay.
Sunday show to Friday nights, but he's not moving it. He's just going to be he's introducing a new format that he wants to do for it to try and make it a little
Okay.
less of a free for all chaos festival.
Mhm.
Breakdancing.
I wonder when he suggested that.
Breakdancing. This
I
is-
sent you the fucking link, James. Come join us.
It doesn't matter. We're
exactly.
full now.
Actually, there's only room for 6 right now, so I know Jackie's going to leave.
I can
Now
drop
we-
out. I need to go swimming in a few minutes anyway.
Well, I
Okay.
was. I'm kind of basically not even. I'm just kind of working.
I delivered in your apartment complex today, Bowman.
And he didn't stop by.
See,
to
and
say
you don't
hi.
ever invite me over to
Dude,
play
it's
some
like, shit, man.
television
You can
game.
invite me. Say, hey, Brian, come over. We'll play a game. Never.
You don't want to go to Owen Alls and play a game. If you listen to him talk about what he does for a living, the game it's gonna be like fucking Jigsaw. It's gonna be fucked up.
James
He
is
has
naked,
come out
so
alive.
James cannot come on the show.
He's
You
going to
wanna
be
play
like,
a game. Oh no,
Jack, who's your avatar? Who's this? Is this another fascist dictator with a Christian slant?
No. He was Miguel Miramon, a Mexican general of the French intervention.
Nice. Mexicano. Very cool.
Yeah, he was one of the. He was well. He's not technically one of them, but he was with them the Niños Héroes, or Boy Heroes, which is like a group of like basically martyrs of the Mexican American War, and he fought there.
You like got a mule full of explosives and rode it into a wagon,
Yeah, pretty much.
blew up.
Car bombing.
Dude fought against Juarez in the Reform War, and then again for Maximilian in the Intervention War.
So if you
Yeah,
don't live in
that's a
California,
country
New
that's had a
Mexico,
lot of
or
problems.
Texas, or Arizona, does
Me
Mexican
too,
history
Dean. I
mean
have
shit
no
to you?
idea what the boy's talking about.
It's
Yeah,
absolutely-
I'm like, Mexico has history? Oh, cool. Didn't know.
I thought they
How
had
many revolutions have
tacos.
there been in Mexico?
Well,
How many revolutions have there been?
Yeah.
In
Well,
Mexico,
This
too many
week?
to count?
Yeah,
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 It's only
exactly. Too many to
2023?
count.
I'm thinking 5 that I can think of.
I
So,
think
so,
it's
so,
five.
Brian.
Well, I mean,
Brian?
if we're being technical,
I like that.
in the last 2 hours.
it's not that Mexico has had a certain amount of revolutions; is it's had a certain amount of eras that are just
there you
long
go.
periods of like 20-year periods of different revolutions. Like, yeah, there was the Independence War and the Greater Independence era. Then there was the Greater Reform War or the Mexican Civil War era, which lasted another 20 years, which was made up of 5, not literally, but it was made up of several
Oh.
different civil wars. And then there was the Mexican Revolution, which itself was made up of like 3 different revolutions. So it's hard to say.
Most people have like 1, 2 revolutions. Mexico has revolution seasons.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
So
We
Brian,
have a
Well,
revolution
back,
and a
it must
revolution
be-
against the revolution and a
happens-
revolution against the revolution against the revolution. It is wild.
so Brian, how are
Yeah.
the paints working out? Are there how many of them were bad?
yeah, there's some of them that were pretty bad. Some I threw out because there was
Okay.
I couldn't even like pin them down or get
Yeah.
them back
Paint
in there.
waster. You can
No,
always
I-
thin down paint.
Dude,
I know,
not when
I
it's
know.
a rock.
no, that's not true. That's literally not true.
You,
If you
you
soak
pour
it in enough water and poke it with a nail or something, and to let the water squeeze in, it will eventually turn back into paint.
and if not, it's at least a good glazing medium.
I was about to say, yeah, I chopped the hell out of it, and now it's like little nuggets floating in fucking liquid medium. Okay,
Yeah.
guys, I'm not new to this. Come on now.
No, I
Right,
like to, I like
right
to
there.
keep it.
You know,
I like
you
to
know
keep
about
it
You
as
paint.
have
the
to
brick.
suffer for your art.
I like to keep it as the brick, and then put like a heavy bristle brush down, and then
There
you
you
get a nice thin pigment layer if you want to glaze.
Hey, can we go back to talking about Mexican revolutions? That was way more interesting.
Buy a beard
They're,
comb.
they're talking
If
about
you
paint
want.
doing the opposite of drying. Yeah, I can
I'm just fucking with you guys. It's like I'm expected to say something when you guys start talking about miniatures or wargaming. It's like,
I was
This
expecting
is kind of a paint
expecting him
chill
to that he had
stream,
to do Mortal.
saying-
Yeah, but
Mortal
we're
Kombat.
never
Yeah.
supposed to talk about what's in the title. We never do that.
Oh, what's
I
the
know,
title?
Bear, what are you painting right now? And it better not be
It's-
your
it better
nails.
not be your nails.
my dick. I'm painting my dick. I'm putting little eyes on the end of it. It's gonna be really cool.
Really
This
little
is-
eyes, right?
thi-
Tiny
Very,
eyes.
very well. Well, it's really hard on the smaller things to put good eyes, as you well know from painting miniatures. So I'm just gonna have a googly-eyed dick at the end of this, right? That's just
This is a shadow production, so that's okay.
Yeah.
Like,
well, it's gonna be my audition tape.
spin around.
I'm gonna do my Serpentorous voice, and see if that works out.
All the girls like, oh, that's so cute.
Words you do not want to hear when you get naked. Oh, that's
That's
so cute.
true. That's cute. Yeah, that's
Oh.
not a,
No, the words you want to hear is that's going to hurt.
you would hear the
No,
gas.
no, you don't. You don't want to hear that either.
This is saying it's big.
Yeah, that's. You know who cares about that? Men.
Yes, and I beat one of
Only
those.
men.
And I beat
Well,
one of
and
those.
women
I'm
who-
okay with that.
Women who've been riding the cock carousel for most of their life.
Now, we
Size
don't
queen.
shame. We don't slut shame here. Otherwise,
Yeah.
Brian wouldn't be allowed on the show.
Brian is a married man. He has had to give up all of
Shit.
that.
Yeah, I'm
The
sure.
old-
We're married, but you know. it's-
You ever heard of a key party there, Shadow?
I can call
There's
that
a
a
reason-
great-
21st century marriage.
There's a reason why you only ever see that one corner of his house, his apartment. The
So
rest
you
of
can't
it's
see the
just
sex
bondage.
slaves.
It's like
The rest of it's just bondage gear.
swings and
Racks.
Like one of those, the St. George exit racks.
What do you mean one of those? You're the one who's got the catalog. You should know what they're called.
Yeah,
He doesn't have the catalog anymore.
go to
He
the
bought
workshops.
everything in it.
Yeah, he used
I've distracted the miniatures conversation quite well, I think.
No, this is a miniatures
But
conversation.
what's great about miniatures and what we're talking about is you can get all that stuff in miniature form. There you go.
Yeah, I can also just get porn and
I
not
just-
have
I
to
just-
paint it myself.
I think Justin just cares about the miniature donkeys, and then he's fine.
What?
What?
There you go.
Too far, Omanow. Too far.
That donkeys are talked about in private conversation, not in public. Come on now.
Well, if Jackie wasn't here, I would say something, but Jackie is in
Shit,
fact
man,
here.
You're on the border of donkey heaven down there in Mexico-American border.
Come a little bit closer, you're my kind of man. There you go, buddy. There you go. Down to Juarez and have a good time.
It's all good.
That is a good song.
So, okay, now I as a Canadian, my knowledge of Mexico beyond like historical weird shit is ultimately just, it's a place where a lot of Americans like to go from California. Is it true? Like, is all that weird stuff you used to hear about, like the donkey shows and that, is that stuff true? Is that legit real? Yeah.
Unfortunately,
Because Thailand, because the ping pong shows from Thailand are horse shit and they're just scams that they pull on tourists. So I was like wondering if it was the same thing,
Listen, money talks in Mexico.
Yeah, kind of.
Money talks.
So,
There we go. All right, money talks.
you've been to Thailand, Bear?
No, I had a friend who went, and
Okay.
he gave me the 411. He also said the best line I ever heard in my life. It's a French Canadian guy, and I said, "So how was Thailand?" And he goes, "It was really good, but you learn some things when you're there." And I said, "Oh, what'd you learn?" He goes, "If they're 5'6" or taller, they have a cock." It's like, wow. Okay, thanks.
Well, we're talking about Mexico. There's a large portion of Mexicans tend to be a little shorter.
Yes.
That's
They
true.
also have low sexual dimorphism, too.
What the hell?
I don't think that part's true.
Dude,
I don't know.
it's my personal experience. If you kiss a Mexican woman too hard, she's going to get pregnant. I don't think they have any problems with reproduction.
Sexual dimorphism is when the male and the female can be easily disguised as the other.
Oh, like a
No,
dwarf.
I thought sexual dimorphism was the difference, not the similarity.
Yeah, it's the difference.
Yes. Well, that's why I prefaced it with low.
Oh, well, okay, yeah. I still don't think that's true.
Mr.
Have you seen the Thai-
no home.
Have I seen Mexicans? I've seen quite a lot of them.
Have you seen the Taiwanese?
The what?
Yeah, that's what they're called, right? The Taiwanese? The
Yeah.
Tahitians?
Taiwan?
Taiwan? Well, whatever.
Taiwan?
they're called Thai. Just
Thai-
Thai.
what
No,
about
Thai,
it?
no, Thai is
Thai is
Thailand.
the
Taiwanese is Taiwan.
Okay, whatever. The Thai. That's the correct one. Then.
He's
The ones from
talking about
Thailand.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, you're talking about the Thai?
What randomly bizarre racist point are you trying to make, Just? Just go.
Which one is he not trying to make?
Oh, this is a good point. This would be a much harder thing to find. What one am I trying to not make?
Hey, I thought the Cambodians were awfully pretty. So
Yes.
In
yes.
Texas, we got.
When you're
Texans-
sure they're female, they are
Texans.
pretty.
Yeah, I don't know. That's the strangest thing I've ever heard. So, Bear, how would you incorporate Mexican Revolution into your Palladium game set in the BattleTech setting? Well, I don't have a Palladium game set in the BattleTech setting, so I guess I wouldn't.
It would just be the
I saw a
Mexican
preview.
Revolution.
There's a new BattleTech show coming on Netflix. Do you guys see
Really?
that preview?
No.
No. Do you have a
I
link
gotta
to
watch
it?
Netflix because I'm not a pervert.
It's like. What the hell?
he's a
I-
prevert.
Yeah.
I miss.
I can't find anything about this. I think someone fucked with you, dude.
No, it's like a Netflix TV show or TV movie or some shit. It's got
No,
like.
I-
BattleTech Flashpoint from
Okay,
2018. That's not it.
BattleTech. I think that was it.
Yeah, that's like from 2018, man. That's
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Flashpoint was a expansion for the.
Is that the one with the
video
pink-haired girl with a nose ring and shit?
They all have nose rings. You're gonna have to be more
Pilots are like.
I can't find anything on it.
Okay, maybe it was that one. Might have been. I'm not up to par with all you BattleTech guys.
Well, you're further ahead than me.
They're
You
too
watch all the
advanced.
videos.
He only goes up to World War II.
Yeah. It's true. It's like my father.
Yeah. I do like the history of the BattleTech world. You know.
Well, that's all it was, though, wasn't it? I mean,
Oh, no, I'm not thinking of BattleTech. I take that back. Gundam. It's
Oh.
a new Gundam
oh,
show.
well, that's like apples and
I
oranges.
know it's a whole different fucking thing, but giant fucking robots. Same thing.
There you go.
No.
Oh, it's
Right.
Gundam. Something I have even less interest in than BattleTech.
Piloted
Perfect.
robot machines.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a new Gundam coming out. That's what I meant to say.
Well,
I'd rather watch a BattleTech show than a Gundam show. So there's
same
that.
here.
I tried to, it's like everybody talks about Gundam, right? In the certain circles. I'm like, I've never fucking watched it. So I said, okay, I'm going to start from the beginning. And I went to like 1960, whatever Gundam.
Yeah. Well, see, you got to realize context is everything. When you look
Yeah.
at the original Gundams and compare it to anything that was out at the time, it was leaps ahead of it.
I don't know.
But now it's this weird, magical, sparkly robot crap that's just lost all of its grittiness and realism in place of superhero robot stories.
If you pull up the timeline, right? Like you go into one of the wikis and pull up the timeline is like very interesting, but the actual stories that are told are just like Shadow said, fucking the chosen one, magic robot, fucking shit.
Yeah, and don't get me wrong, I liked a lot of what I saw throughout the history of Gundam, but looking at it objectively, like an outsider who wants, what most of the people who are into giant robot fiction would want, it's amazing that it's done as well as it has. But then again, there's a lot of people out there that want that kind of thing. So,
Yeah.
although Gundam Wing was one of the few exceptions of the more modern stuff because it was so much about politics, and we lost Bear.
Oh no.
But was Gundam Wing part of the primary storyline or a separate? Because they're
I
like
don't know. I think it was separate. I really couldn't tell you.
there are like 4 Gundam universes, right?
Right. That's when I'm like I'm out. Stick with one thing. I don't need another DC freaking Crisis on Infinite Earths bullshit. Just stick with one thing. That's where Marvel lost me as well when they did that weird X-Men year where it was all the alternate universe. I'm like,
It all went to shit in Crisis of Infinite Earths. And I know
Bye,
Bear's
Omen,
a
now.
big comic book guy. You out of here, Omen?
Yeah, I'm out. I'm gonna go swim.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
In and out
Goodbye.
loud for me, okay, man.
Hi, Omen. Hey, Shadow, I wanted to tell you, there's this whole new stretch goal we're going to be putting in for the backer kid. We're going to do the multiverse book. We're going to call it Shadow's Adventures Across the Multiverse. I think you'll love it.
okay. Well, that
Since I just
was
heard you
the
shit talking multiverses, sir.
And all it is the same Shadow collecting different kind of role-playing fucking games.
Yeah, well, that is the origin
No,
for Jackie and I. We have this recurring character that's in other RPGs.
They're not
Universes.
different. They're not different kinds of role playing games. They're the same one with different boxes.
Yeah, different covers, alternative covers.
No, one is a science fiction, one is fantasy, and hopefully one will be a bear superhero. But yeah, we're just a couple of wandering vagabonds.
We were talking about the multiverse shit when DC in 86,
85.
85, and they did fucking Crisis. Dude, that started all that shit. And listen, the intent, I mean, I get it. You have these characters from the 30s. They're trying to make them, more fucking modern. I got
Fresh.
it, but dude, they
But
just kept fucking doing
3 years later, they do it again. Then 3 years later, they do it again. There.
So let me explain to you, Brian, how wrong you are. The Crisis series began in the 60s, late 50s, early 60s. Crisis on Earth 2, then Crisis on Earth 3, then Crisis on 2 Earths, then Crisis on this, and it was like became an annual thing. They would do a team up of the Justice League and the Justice Society. It was called Crisis. Hence why they do Crisis on Infinite Earths when they try and bring everything together, because they've decided fans can't follow all these multiple Earths. Fans were following them just fine.
Fuck yeah.
But they decided, because the people at Warner Brothers couldn't follow it, they had to streamline it all down into one universe, reboot the entire thing.
That makes more sense.
So they did that. And then they ran into problems because they couldn't reboot Superman fully. And Wonder Woman had some World War II stories that were really important. And then Batman had some stuff. And they wound up trying to sort of, well, how the fuck is Power Girl here if Superman's the only Kryptonian? And they ran into all these problems that they had to write around. And eventually they just said, fuck it. And they did, the next one I think was called 0 Hour.
Yeah.
Remember that.
And then after that, it just almost became a joke how often they reboot their universe. Whereas Marvel refuses to reboot their universe and desperately needs it. But what are you going to do?
Yeah, when Marvel did that X-Men, that whole year.
Age of Apocalypse was so good.
Oh,
Yeah.
I hated
Well,
it.
It's like I was
It
trying
was
to
just
get
one more way of them trying to hook up Wolverine and Jean Grey, and I hate when people do that, where they try to
they ship.
constantly have the breakup and hook up with somebody else.
Well,
they
now
get back together.
Wolverines with Jean Grey and Scott.
Yeah, the new shit's shit. I've been watching I watched the first 3 episodes of X-Men 97, the new animated series that picks up from the one in the 90s. I hated the one in the 90s. I did not like it at all. But I'm actually enjoying this one. And it's well animated, well written, and well produced.
It's been canceled already.
Huh?
The second season's already been canceled.
For X-Men 97?
Yeah.
No, that was Star Wars Apprentice.
That has too.
X-Men 97 already got canceled after 3 episodes?
No. The second season's not going to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just doing a 1 season, like, to wrap up the storyline that didn't air originally.
X-Men 97 season 2 is confirmed and in development.
Oh,
really?
so maybe it's the reverse, because
Okay.
It was pre-renewed. Now, as of March 20th, it's already been renewed for a second season.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So there you go, kids. Be careful where you get your news from.
Sure,
It might be
yeah.
Ryan.
Yeah, because you might.
I'm telling you, there's a BattleTech show coming to Netflix.
I was just about to say that.
I should have said giant robots.
Robots. Hey, no way. You know my favorite episode of Spider-Man was when he fought the robots.
I had that fucking
Jewish
toy.
guy from Brooklyn, man. That was awesome. Robots. I
had that toy. I had that Spider-Bot toy from the cartoon. What was it called? Fucking
Which
Kingpin and Dr. Octopus built.
Hey, Shadow. James is in the green room.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry, dude. I was, painting. Sorry.
Yeah.
Well, at least one of us has got to paint. It's got to be the bare minimum. I'll
What the
paint.
fuck is that?
That is a great profile picture.
What was that? Tito? What was that?
No.
No, that's not
That's-
Tito.
Not Milosevic. Which Eastern European dictator is that?
It's Pinochet.
Oh, it's Pinochet. Ah.
Yeah. You didn't recognize him because there wasn't a picture of a helicopter with somebody falling out of it.
Yeah, I didn't recognize it because it wasn't taken in front of 3,000 people loaded into the stadium. Exactly.
My gunpoint.
Welcome to the show, James.
Oh. No,
He
there
waited
was,
so long for me to let him in. He's off doing something else.
there was an arc with like these robots that at the end they came together and they assembled to make a bigger robot.
That was Voltron.
No, they were spider robots, and one of them there was a scorpion, tarantula, and
That's the
a Black
Canadian
Widow.
Voltron. Instead of
Hey now.
spiders, it was spiders and shit.
and they stacked on top of each other to fight Spider-Man. Oh, I know, because there was a green one, and a purple one, and a black one.
Free helicopter
Sorry,
ride
James.
for commies. That's funny. I knew a
Hey,
girl in
you're
Vancouver in the
supposed to have my
'90s.
back on this.
I knew a girl. I knew a girl in Vancouver in the '90s. She had a red Camaro that she named Pol Pot, and only 3 people got the joke. But boy, we fucking laughed when we got it because it was too funny, man.
The Camarouche.
A Camaro Rouge, exactly. So she called her car Pol Pot. It was a red Camaro, Camaro Rouge. I thought that was fucking genius, man.
That is
She was
that is
hot.
pretty good.
She was hot, dude. Anyway,
And smart chicks get an extra 3 points in my book.
fuck yeah.
3 full fucking points out of 10.
Yeah, Smart's pretty sexy. I'll give you that.
Hell yeah. Hey, Cameron, how you doing, man? I just
Hey,
noticed
what's
you're
up,
in
guy?
here.
Yeah. And if a chick's got an actual usable skill, that's
Hell yeah.
I don't want to know what you think a usable skill is, sir.
like fucking anything, man.
So Brian's smile suggests he's got a list.
Oh yeah. It's like
Yeah.
how to
Situational,
properly,
you know. It's like
how to properly tie a rope, like a knot.
depends on
How to
she's standing on
properly
her
hold the
hands
rope.
or she's standing right.
Proper uses of what's the stupid little hook thing? With the clamp. The mountain climbers
It's
use.
adorable.
What's the fucking name called?
It's like watching a dog try to open a door. It's just like, ooh, look at it go.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Never mind.
Me forgetting the names of things? That's normal, man. I don't remember the name of anything.
I'm still trying to figure out what the fuck you're talking about. Never mind what it's called.
What's the stupid the loop thing there? It's got the Prussian clamp.
Carbiner?
Yeah, carabiner. The proper use of those. Oh, you know, you gotta suspend your people from the ceiling using something there, Bear.
Oh, I thought he just did like Hellraiser style and just pierced their flesh and hung them from chains.
Was that
Well, that's another skill: how to properly use the flesh hook. The flesh hook.
What was that
Forgot
Native
those.
American movie where the white guy was then he got like suspended up at the teepee? Remember, he was like kind of integrating. He was integrating into the tribe.
No idea, man.
Dances with the wolves.
No,
What?
it's like a
I love how you guys all turned into old Jewish guys, like dances with the wolves, robots.
man called Horse or something like that, or
No idea what this is. I don't watch the same
No.
porn as you, clearly.
it's fucking Western.
The only movie I know that has a guy being
Thanks, guy.
suspended.
Yeah,
by his
Richard
flesh
Harris
to
is in it.
cell.
A Man Called Horse. It like
Oh, a man
suspended
called Horse. Okay,
Yeah.
I've never seen that one.
1970.
The only movie I know that has a person being suspended by flesh hooks is The Cell.
Oh yeah. So.
Now that's a real thing that the natives do out on the res.
Yeah.
day?
Every Saturday night. Just do
Mostly Lakota or various other Plains Indians. You don't catch Cherokee doing that.
I call shenanigans. Like
Look it up, it's called a
I'm pretty
Sundance.
fucking racist, but I call shenanigans on tribal rituals of hanging people by their flesh.
Look it up, man. Hungar dated a Lakota Sioux woman up in Dakota forever. He is on the res. They do
Yeah.
that shit. They can do it through the front or the back.
Yeah, it's not like I don't think it's
Yeah,
like
I ain't touching that one with a 10-foot
It's like
fucking
some
pole.
test of like
I'm
isn't it
pretty
like
sure.
a test of something like will or fortitude or some shit?
Stupidity,
It's not like-
gullibility.
I'm pretty sure Shadow has a whole series based on they can do it. through
It's
the
a
front.
ritual. You have
So
to
hey,
go
Shadow, how
wet
do we
lives, you have
how
to
do we
do a
get
lot of
dry
stuff.
paint back to a wet stance? This got too weird, man.
This is
Keep it
normal everyday life. My buddy Donnie Rainbird, he did it where they put the hooks through the back, attached to leather thongs with like buffalo skulls on, and he
So
had
you
to
remember
do the
that thing you were
dance
telling me
around in a
about
big
knowing when to
circle,
stop, Bear?
dragging the buffalo skulls.
Hold up.
But you won't catch the civilized strap doing that shit. They're not down with it.
Down with the sickness.
But yeah, it could be
Oh,
worse. If you ever been to Alaska, which you guys practically live there, you'll notice that the Kitkuks and the Inuits, they all stink. But I guess that's what happens when all you can do is like smear yourself with snow.
So Justin and I are not allowed to comment on that due to Canadian laws.
It's just what happens when all you eat is
I don't know
eyeballs
what
and
you're talking
never
about.
I think I'm allowed to comment on it though, right?
Yeah, you can't be racist because you're what?
Are you
Oh, yeah.
Inuit? Are you Inuit?
Close enough.
No. There's no close enough. Are you Inuit?
Well,
He's
what is
into it.
what,
Yeah.
what is
What
the
What is your native ancestry that you have?
Mexicali.
Yeah.
That's nowhere near Inuit. In fact, that's
Oh,
so
I
far away
know.
from Inuit, you might
I
as well be
know.
white.
Don't they?
You know what I mean?
They make it down to. Don't they make it down to Washington State?
No, that's Squamish and a whole bunch of other
Salish.
tribes. Yeah, Salish. That's a whole other thing.
Okay, I thought
They're the
did-
ones. They're a lot of the ones who used to refer to them as Eskimo, which was eaters
Yeah.
of raw flesh, right? They're the ones who used it as a pejorative.
Well, I
Which
wanna
is a
say they
pejorative.
still-
They don't like that.
Well, I thought there was still like certain tribes or factions of them that still use the term Eskimo.
Yeah, it's a weird thing. Like, it's a weird thing. Most don't. And there's one group that still refers to themselves as Eskimo now, and the rest refuse to allow themselves to be called Eskimo because they feel it's a pejorative, because it was a term used by the southern tribes to describe them as, backwards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like when you go to Alaska, you'll run into like 100 different tribes.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Each tribe will have like 100 people in it max. But they're all independent of each other. It's crazy, man. It's they like the white guys though. Ask Hungar about that next time you talk to him.
When I first moved to Vancouver in the 90s when I was bouncing,
Hey, what's up, Janet?
there's a lot of native people in the city of Vancouver, and these native girls, they really like the white boys.
Real quick,
Yep.
Janet. I was telling Jackie about you because he's looking for some people to help him with his video project. He needs a couple of people to do some voices. Would you be interested in something like that? Jackie, he's up in the upper right-hand corner.
The black and white guy.
Hey, Janet, interplanetary.
Because you've got such a distinct voice, I thought
Damn, that's
you
racist.
and a couple other people would be perfect for some of the stuff he's doing. There you go, Jack.
See?
You got two ladies to help you with the project.
Yo, I'm no lady. What the hell, man?
Oh, I meant Raven.
I think
Raven
I'm a full bore
and-
slut.
I think you could do the voice though.
I'm no lady.
Hungar used to have a black T-shirt that just said "slut" in big red block letters across the front.
Your parents
Yeah.
must have loved that. I had a
My
feeling
parents
you
had a
did.
good sense of humor about stuff.
Well, and he wasn't their daughter, so there's that.
Yeah.
Or
That is
was
true.
at one time. You never know.
Who are you to presume Hungar's gender, sir?
That's
That's
true.
true.
Look at it. I'm genderizing him. Genderizing. Is
I
that a
think
word?
it's
Genderizing?
pretty safe to assume.
Well, as a Generation Z, you should be most offended.
Nah.
No, that's what I like about you, Jackie. You don't act like Generation Z.
Thank
Well, I
you.
mean, he
You
has
act
to
like, you
wear-
act like an old dude from the 50s. It's quite entertaining.
Thank you.
Hungar has to wear magic underwear to keep the weight off of his what's that nerve down there?
Sciatic? No.
Sciatic. Yeah,
Yeah.
because his junk
Nerve.
is so big. So his underwear
Big.
basically have like a
Big is a
Fenders on
code
'em
word for
so that
artificially
it can hold
constructed.
it up.
Honeycomb's big. Yeah.
All right, let's not talk
This is
about
the best.
Hungar's.
This is the
ailment.
best line all night. But the 50s didn't have
We-
Mexicans.
What?
I wish.
Wow.
I was watching this meme.
You
And
win,
it's like-
Dean. You win the weirdest. chat of the
Mexico asks America. Mexico's like, "Where are you going, invade us, America?" And America's like, "You mean again, don't you? We've already done it twice."
Yeah, but not as consistently as Mexico's doing it to you.
So, Janet, welcome to the other shit show.
For a second, I thought Hungar was Mormon. No, it's not that kind of magic underwear.
Janet, you should run.
Or turn on your camera and join us, Janet. I mean, come on.
Yeah, that's not a
Come on. I'll bow out if Janet wants to come on. I'm happily will bow out to let Janet on.
Yeah, you just don't want to get arrested.
I mean, Barry, you're a fucking actor. Don't you have some ladies around that would help out this young man?
Brian, here's the thing.
Yeah, but they want paychecks.
It's called pro bono.
Here's the other thing. We thought that it would be really nice to have our friends involved, in this project. It's not even my project. I'm just helping him find folks that we really appreciate and have over the years.
I'll do a female voice for you, Jackie.
Yeah, don't you have any girls locked up in the basement that want food?
Yeah, she's okay.
Brian did this. Dude, Brian, give us a little.
No way, dude.
Yes,
give us a little.
You gotta be part of the role playing to do it.
Dude,
fine. I'll secretly record it.
He played this character in Bo's GURPS sci-fi game named Cindy Smallberries, and it was the greatest thing I've ever seen in role playing, to watch Brian bring this character in and watch Bo just die a little bit inside every time he voiced this character. It was
I fully need to hear this at some point.
Oh, I really, now that you say this, I will ask you to do just one line for the series. I don't know where, and okay. I don't know when.
I'll do
it. It was the best. It was the best. He
little Southern Belle accent there and everything.
It was, oh God, Brian, that was like the funniest thing I've ever experienced in a role playing game to this freaking day, and that's saying a lot. It was just perfect, and because he wasn't trying to be the way you might expect a lot of guys when they play female characters. They take it the wrong way. It was
especially
always
considering it was Brian.
It was always classy, just funny, just.
Yes,
I don't know how you did it. I don't know how you did it, but.
And all you guys were sexist as hell, especially Omen. My God, bastard.
Well, if you just
I'm not saying it's anticlimactic not to hear you do the voice, but it's fucking anticlimactic to hear you not do the voice, sir.
Yeah,
there's some fucking video
better.
I'm not in the mood.
Okay, well that's very female of you then. Well done.
Not in the mood.
Not in the mood. Buy me things. Take me to dinner.
No, you can't take them to dinner because they never know where the hell they want to go.
Well, that's just part of the game, right? Seeing if you've developed mind reading skills yet.
Right.
Well, yeah, you know how you do that is you just fucking take them places, and then that's where they wanted to go.
That's a good idea. Don't even ask. Be like, you want to go to dinner? Sure. And just go to wherever you want to go.
Yeah.
And be like, we're here. It's a big menu. You'll find something on it.
No, you order for it too because you don't want to be there for more than 20 minutes.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, my wife would murder me.
Yeah, well.
I just watched that last night, dude. Get back to my roots.
Yeah, stay out of North Georgia.
That was a great fucking movie, man. It really was.
Like a pig.
Oh man, Ned Beatty. Ned Beatty? Is that who did it?
Yeah.
No. Yeah, Ned Beatty played. Man.
You ever hear his story about that?
Oh, I'm sure he didn't live that down.
I saw a fucking great interview with Ned Beatty where he was talking about how he was suffering trauma because of it. It fucked him up. So years later, he's still fucked up about it. And Burt Reynolds says, "You know what, man? You and me. We're gonna head back up to where we shot it, and we're gonna go up and check it all out, and we're just gonna go through the whole place we went through, and you're gonna get it out of your system and feel better. So they go up and they find out there's a tour of the river they can take. So they sign up for the tour, and then they get to the place that has been renamed Sodomy Creek.
No.
And Ned Beatty laughed so hard he was totally fine after that. After finding out they had renamed the place Sodomy Creek.
What the fuck's that noise?
Who the fuck is robbing an ice cream truck?
Ice cream.
I don't know.
Another like hillbilly, movie. What is that? Southern Cross with those like National Guard guys or in the swamps. They get,
I don't watch a lot of hillbilly movies. I'm sorry.
Down by swamp folk. That's pretty good.
I think my favorite hillbilly movie is Evil Dead, 1 or 2.
Yeah.
The Hills Have Eyes. That's my favorite hillbilly movie.
No, that's out west.
Yeah, well, they have hillbillies out there too. They just are mutants.
That U-turn, one U-turn, a hillbilly one, where
Yeah, wrong turn or whatever. Not U-turn, wrong turn or something. Yeah, I know what I'm talking about.
Wrong Turn. That's the one with Elijah Duthku.
Yeah, it's an Eli Roth film.
yeah.
Elijah Dushku?
Yeah, all the same to me.
She was cute.
Fucking
but
what's her face from Buffy though?
Faith.
Yeah.
Faith, yeah. So Mel is making me watch Charm. Right?
Oh, what are Canadian hillbillies called? French Canadians.
Really?
Fucking Frenchies.
I don't know any of the.
Quebecois.
I don't get any of the.
People that don't speak English.
And the is the Gauls. That's Gallic.
No, that's the Gauls. Okay.
That's not French Canadians. French Canadians are like, They fucking speak French up in their nose. It's insane.
You guys,
So,
figure out
keep that in mind.
Max is going
If
to
you're
show
not
up.
from that province,
Mr. Max.
do you still? I mean, do the other provinces teach French? Like,
Oh yeah, all across
Yeah.
the country they learn French. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the French kids have to learn English in school here, but no one learns how to speak it from their fucking high school classes.
No.
Yeah.
I don't remember a word. Not one.
I thought it
We
did
watched. We
I don't remember shit.
our French class, because we took it all through grade school as well, just played a show called Télé Français, which was like Sesame Street but in French.
Wait, for a high school class?
No,
more
for
artistic.
all of it, all of it. And it was
Nice.
just like we just watched.
High
Didn't
tension.
learn a fucking thing from it.
You didn't watch Passepartout?
I don't know what that is.
Good show. It's actually probably one of the best French Canadian kid show or French kid shows. Passepartout was really good.
I remember they had what was the bald kid?
Caillou?
Caillou.
Caillou.
That was technically a French show.
It's fucking
we got it in
parents, I just
English.
want to beat.
Yeah, I was on set for another film the day that kid died.
What kid?
The kid from Arthur. Do you remember? I think it was Arthur. It was one of the local French kids, or one of the local voice actors. He did voices on Caillou, and he did voices. He was the star of another show, and he and another girl, they were on their way to set to film something for another film, and the truck they were in got fucking just steamrolled on the highway and it killed them.
Oh,
Man, they were kids, man. They were like 12, 14, something like that. It was brutal. I remember
Okay,
that.
so Janet was referring to a French or a Canadian slasher flick, and I have to say the best Canadian slasher flick ever was Valentine's Day. Valentine's Day Massacre. Is that what it is? Yeah, Valentine's Day Massacre.
they remade that with David Boreanaz.
Oh yeah, that was
Wasn't
the
that-
remix.
was- They remade that was the one they made with David Boreanaz.
Is that the
right?
one where the guys run around with big drill killing people?
I think he does.
Yes, that's exactly the one it is. Yes.
The gas mask.
Yeah.
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 That was awesome.
That's the one you guys thought I was talking about when I was talking about Body Double.
Oh, Body Double's great, dude. That's
Yeah.
Brian De Palma. Great film. Frankie Goes to Hollywood does that. What-
Yeah, so September 8th, 2003, Linetsky and Vadim Schneider were on their way to the set of a movie called 15 Love. For unknown reasons, the caravan went off its original trajectory to go through the middle band of the highway and found itself in the wrong direction on the Highway 10 West. Then the van swerved into oncoming traffic, crossed the median, was struck by a 20-foot semi head-on.
I remember
And
15
they burst
Love.
into flames. That was like the end of it, man.
That's sad.
Wow, what a way
Yeah.
to go!
Like brutal, man. And they were young. You know what I mean? They were really young.
Yeah.
They weren't like 30 or anything. They were, they had their whole lives ahead of them.
I remember 15 Love. That
Yeah,
was
she
on
was the
my
girl.
TV.
She was the girl who played Caillou. She did the voice of Caillou. That was what she did.
Oh,
Right.
remember Catwalk? Bear?
Catwalk. I vaguely remember Catwalk.
The one about the band?
Yeah, I vaguely remember it. I don't remember it
The
much.
models? It had Nev Campbell in it.
Yeah, that's probably why I don't remember it.
Yeah, it was a Canadian
A
show.
wholly unremarkable actress, Nev Campbell.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you can say that again.
she's cute. She was good in Wild Thing.
Wild Things. Why is it like I'm like of all the Nev Campbell films, which one will Brian mention? Oh
Because
yes,
she's making out with fucking.
the one where she made out with Denise Richards.
Yeah, it's the highlight of her career, man.
Her fucking career right there.
Both of their careers, to be
Wouldn't
honest.
some people say that Scream was an important part of her career? I'm just
Nah.
saying.
What
From
is
That,
this?
that was
Legacy
development in her career.
That's like saying the greatest part of Katie Holmes' career is that fucking movie where she showed her tits. What's that movie called? Fuck yeah, The Craft.
Katie Holmes.
No, not The Craft. What was
The
it?
Gift.
The Gift. Thank you. Which is
Yeah.
actually, by the way, fucking Keanu Reeves' best acting I've ever seen him do in my life.
It's a good film. It's a good film.
Very good. Except for their tarot cards are really stupid.
Yeah,
'Cause
do
they're the
not get
fucking-
confused with the documentary of the same name,
Why? What's that about?
Getting the Gift.
What?
Keep giving.
It's about a bunch of gay guys having an orgy and getting AIDS.
What?
I mention it
Respect,
all
You're the one who
fucking
knows
time.
about all this shit.
Wait.
I mention it
why
all
do
the
you-
time because there's a
You
dialogue
must
chain.
know your enemy. That's what I'll say.
There's a dialogue chain in that documentary that you can pull out and switch certain key parts of for anything, and it's always hilarious.
And it is?
It
Oh,
is.
I don't have it memorized.
It's seeing you again.
Oh,
so-
shit.
It's something about
Tattooed on
like,
his fucking right thigh.
Ken said, "I'm
Good night,
sick
Kai.
because I don't have. I'll find it and send it to you. It's fucking hilarious."
Okie dokie.
But I listen to a
Somebody-
podcast that uses it a lot, so
Come on. Ow.
I've never been good at that memorizing lines from movies thing. It doesn't matter how many times I hear them. I'm just not good at it.
Oh, come on. The Princess Bride. Everybody knows that movie.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, but
They just-
I couldn't quote it to you because I'm not good at memorizing lines from movies.
Janet,
I'm not.
what is 102?
It's the Light FM, 102 FM.
Hot sounds today.
102 The
The
Edge.
number after 101?
102 Heart FM with all your favorite love songs.
Yeah.
Antonio Bay, 102.
Ooh, Antonio Bay, deep cut.
Antonio Bay. Antonio Bay.
Deep cut. I like that one.
Great
He
movie.
made a claws reference. Yes. You're not running away after sticking your claws into me. No,
Yeah.
sir. You're a prisoner of blood.
What's The Princess Bride? Never heard of that movie.
Liar.
Bride, not Pride.
The Princess Bride. That sounds like one of your films, Shadow.
We thought about it, but it just wasn't the right time, wasn't the right place.
And once you were no longer allowed to call them tranny, you were like, well, I'm not interested anymore.
Princess
Find
Bride.
princesses.
Shadow didn't want to do it because they couldn't get an actress that would do that many guys.
42
37, not in a row.
in a row.
In the parking lot?
At the same time.
Hey, get back here.
Try not to suck any dick on your way through the parking lot.
The one time Kevin
I warned you,
Smith
Jack,
was
I
like
warned you.
was
Oh, no,
you know,
no.
witty.
No. Mallrats is still my favorite fucking
Really?
film.
They're supposed to
Oh,
be making a sequel
so
to that.
funny, man.
I actually
don't-
liked Chasing Amy.
Chasing Amy's a
Basically,
great
it was
film.
pretty good.
Chasing Amy's a really good film. But like after he made that and it bombed, he went right back to his goofy shit, right? But Mallrats is the step between the goofy and the really good filmmaker that he can be, which is it's a good
Yeah.
movie, Mallrats. That kid is on the escalator again.
Weird War.
I don't even
2 is
remember
getting
that
ready to fall
scene.
asleep.
No, I remember watching that shit in theater.
Why don't you recommend Rocktopus to everybody again? That was a piece of
I
shit that I
didn't
say-
wasted my
I
fucking
didn't say
life
it was-
on.
You.
I said it was jingoist. I've never seen Canadian jingoism in a fucking movie.
It's
ever.
really good. The main actress is fucking hot, and then so
She
I'm
is
like,
hot.
all right, let's watch this movie. It's a schlock film. At least I'll get to see some hot tits. No tits. Bad
There's a
movie.
little bit of titty.
Not from her.
Where are you building, Justin?
Right now, just
Flashbacks or some shit.
ripping stuff
Yeah,
off
fine.
of Spruce. I'm mostly doing this right now.
Was that peanut butter and
Yeah.
fucking chocolate
The
again?
twig and berry scene, yeah, that was.
I actually love that
made
movie.
the entire country cringe all at once.
Dude, I laughed my ass off watching that movie.
What movie?
Something about Mary.
Oh yeah, something about.
I got a theory about the Kennedy assassination. Oh, yeah, what is it? His head. It just did that. I call it the no bullet theory. Like, fuck.
Who's the main guy in that?
Ben Stiller.
Ben Stiller.
Stiller.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of Stiller. I fucking love his dad and his mom. They're great. Man,
You
I'm
know,
not a fan.
I saw this thing with Ben Stiller a long time ago. Just he was invited to hang out with some guys in the comic book world, and he was just trashing them. This was decades ago, and from that point on, I'm like, dude, how did you not grow up reading a single comic book back in the day? Just
I have to admit, Mystery Man was pretty funny though.
Mystery Men is an
It was a-
awesome fucking
pretty
film.
Yeah.
And why am I
Back when
wearing the
Janine
why am
was
I
a
wearing the
raging
watermelon?
bitch.
I didn't tell you to do that.
I like the Waffler.
Oh
You know,
fuck
the
you!
interviews?
You know who that is, eh?
Yeah, that's what's his fuck that.
Fucking
Dude.
dipshit.
Who?
But that is a funny part though when he's doing the waffle.
The
thing.
fucking that really obnoxious comedian that got really popular for a short period of time, and then
In the
everybody was
90s.
like, fuck that guy. What was
Dane
his
Cook.
Dane Cook.
That's it, Dean Cahoon.
All you had to do was say annoying, and that's the
Yeah,
first line.
Dane Coke,
He
as my
got
friend calls
fucking
him.
rich as fuck though in the '90s somehow.
And then he snorted it all up his nose.
I can't picture who you're talking
He
about.
liked the young girls too. Like the
Well, that was
You
the
know,
guy
that
from
kind of
the. Yeah, it's the Hollywood, baby. It's just that's the way Hollywood is, sadly.
Yeah.
Leonardo DiCaprio.
Hey,
Hey man, if I looked and had as much money as Leonardo DiCaprio, I wouldn't date anyone over 18 either.
Hold up.
he looks rough now. He's all like, I don't know if he did that for the movie, that new movie. That
no,
was
he's
in.
on the Nick Nolte path for sure.
Yeah, he is. I'm just
Yeah.
like, what the hell?
Well, you didn't know that about Leonardo for the longest time. He would start them once they hit their birthday, and the second they hit their birthday, they were gone.
Oh yeah.
Or he'd have two in between there.
What was that Ricky Gervais joke? Was something about like he's I can't remember. It was some joke about his girlfriend would like get too old by watching the awards show, and he'd have to break up with her by the end. You know, like it was
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
really
yeah.
brutal.
It was during the Oscars a few. His last.
Ricky
Yeah.
Gervais is still one of my favorite modern comedians.
Yep.
Yeah, I actually, because I watched a couple of his clips, I'm getting inundated with clips from his stand up. He's still funny, and I like free speech advocates, but every once in a while he says something that makes me want to punch him.
Oh,
Yep.
Oh, Shadow.
Shadow, you're such a
I
boomer.
like that kind of speech. Let's hit him.
He went through a period where he was being like aggressively atheistic, and he has
Yeah.
long since stepped away from that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now he's just being funny as shit and not really
I still love this thing about Hitler and Nietzsche. I thought that was the funniest fucking thing I'd ever heard come out of a human being's mouth on a stage, with the whole thing of like, can you imagine the meeting between Hitler and Nietzsche, and Hitler being like, I read your book of Man and Superman. It was very good. He goes, oh, I'm glad you enjoyed it. Yes, I loved it about it. The thing that we're all, men, some men are predestined to lead. Yes, well, that's what I thought. And also that thing about killing all the Jews. The what? Well, it was in the subtext. No, it wasn't. Oh, I thought it was. Hitler, have you been killing Jews? It was just so fucking good, man. That's what I like about Ricky Gervais. He can take a joke that you would never have thought would be funny and make it funny, and that makes him a really good comedian compared to some other guys.
Oh,
And
like
he wasn't
when he
even a
called
stand-up
everyone
comedian.
in Hollywood friends with Jeff Epstein.
Oh my God! Oh, when he made that line about if ISIS had a streaming channel, you'd all be signing up for fucking shows.
Yeah.
And stuff.
Yeah.
Get your little award
It's
and
so
get off
funny.
the stage.
Bottle off.
It's like with Epstein, we got all these victims, right? Where are the fucking perpetrators?
Well, you
Where the
realize
fuck
Epstein's
are
not dead, right? Like, you guys know Epstein's not dead, right?
Yeah, he's living.
I told you about that the other day. Remember, Bear? With
Well, I mentioned it, and you told me about your weird part in it, and then I started worrying about how you had your pilot's license, and I don't know, man. You scare me now.
No, when I was telling you about
What
Megyn
was that
Kelly
guy?
saying, we're going to hear from Epstein real soon.
What was that guy's name? He did the X-Men movies.
Bryan Singer.
Bryan Singer. Yeah, Epstein's living in a house right next to Bryan Singer.
That guy's a piece of human shit.
Yeah. Well, they're both pieces of human shit.
No, but Singer's an extra special piece of human shit. Trust me. Just trust me.
Yeah, I'm wondering if that sucking motion you're making there is coping for something Singer made you do.
Maybe, you don't know. Yeah, Singer's Angels was a real thing on sets, It was really disgusting. He is a disgusting human being.
Well, you should consider everybody that worked with him.
Thank God I never did.
Everyone that's worked with them is also a disgusting human being, because if they knew about that and they still work.
Oh, I assure you, everyone knew.
Then every single one of those people are complicit in it.
It's called the open secret in Hollywood.
Yeah.
The way they treat it all, like, there's a ton of fucking boys that they just. Anyway, let's talk about funny shit again.
Yep.
Yeah.
Why did X-Men 97 still Rogue's ass?
I think that's something to do with
I was thinking that earlier.
What
a
happened?
certain generation's dislike of sex.
Yeah.
Shit, dude.
So
Listen, Jackie, when they fall, you're gonna have fun, dude.
No, dude. Like,
When
the
your
Zoomer
testicles
generation
fall.
is really, really not wanting sex and stuff. They were. There was a big backlash for Oppenheimer having a very short sex scene in it and stuff like that. Like,
Well, the
they're
sex
proving
scene
to
in
be very
Oppenheimer
prudish.
was ridiculous.
That
They're
was
proving to be
disappointing.
prudish, is what they're finding.
That's
It's-
honestly surprising.
Yeah.
It's not just.
I haven't
like,
seen. I mean, I've seen some of it, but
Well, they're finding on surveys and feedback that they're getting from your generation that there is a strong pushback against sexuality, or the display of sexuality in film.
It's not sex.
Not where we
it's
live.
Like you say, sexuality.
well, we're in
If you have
California.
healthy sexuality,
No, it's against sex scenes, Justin. They don't want sex scenes in the movies.
they want hardcore pornography.
No, they don't want hardcore pornography, Justin. Jesus Christ.
I'm trying to think of why this might be.
Then
'cause
why
it's-
the hell is what's that stupid TV show with the girl
Hungar.
from Spider-Man and
Zendaya.
and Sydney Sweeney.
Oh, fuck
What's
you
that
guys
show
watch.
called? It starts with an E. It's a Netflix show.
I don't know
with,
what you're talking about.
Yeah, sorry, buddy. I have no idea.
Oh,
Starts with an E.
That could be
Yeah.
anything.
Extremely hard to remember.
Yeah, that show. That's
Everything.
classic.
EFG, what the fuck? I don't know, man.
I'm open up IMDb. I gotta take this thing off my lap and get my keyboard.
Yeah, it's really weird. I was watching. I saw a couple of videos about it, and I read a couple of articles about it. They're really like Hollywood is shocked at the pushback they're getting from the younger generation about sex in movies.
I mean, I'm glad to see it, but it's not something I expected.
Yeah, you know, whenever I pick up Jackie from one of his school events, you would not guess that that's the case.
Why are they showing porn at school now?
No, just the
No.
obvious couples.
No. Individual sexuality is very fine amongst their generation. It's in cinema they don't want to see it, and it's in television that they're rebelling.
Because they're at home with their fucking families watching. They're not
Maybe,
in movies anymore.
Dude, I remember watching Officer and a Gentleman with my mom and my dad, and they have that sex scene where they make the wet spot joke or reference, and my mother was so offended, and I'm like 10 or 11, I think, and I have no idea what this is all about. My cousin explained it to me later, and I'm like, I didn't want to watch that with my mom. Years
I took
later,
my mom to the Matrix, the second Matrix, where there's that scene where that girl, like he's like talking and she has like an orgasm at the table, like he's using his computer. What you know what I'm talking about? It's like real graphic, and it shows like her crotch, but it's in like, you know, the Matrix look or whatever, and there's a big whatever. And I was just like totally uncomfortable. My mom was just
Okay, I'm watching True Lies with my mom, and the fucking Jamie Lee Curtis seduction dance scene comes on, and I am like a 20-whatever-year-old man at the time, and I couldn't be more fucking awkward watching this with my mother.
I was a fan of hers.
Yeah, her head. Like it's just.
Are you guys shit talking Jamie Lee Curtis now? Jesus
Great
Christ!
from here down.
Thanks, Janet,
From
thanks.
here down, she's hot.
Shut up.
Up.
Jamie Lee Curtis is a fucking goddess.
Now the show I was thinking about was called Euphoria, and it's just raunchy teen sex and like hardcore nude scenes, and this is like the hottest thing with the fucking Gen Z people.
I've never heard of it. I'm glad.
Theory busted. Gen Z has spoken, Justin. You fucking millennial.
The demographic lead for the show says it's a Gen Z show. So
Are you a
I
Gen
will
X
do that
fan?
if you want. Is it the same that Meatloaf wouldn't do, Janet? Nobody gets that? Really?
Yeah.
No.
Come on.
Meatloaf is like, it's a great song. I'd do anything for love, but I wouldn't do that. And
The
like,
Janet thing was from
stay with you. The thing was, I would stay with you. I wouldn't stay with you.
Damn it, Janet. That was
I
from,
love you.
Yeah, that was from Rocky Horror Picture.
Yeah. Now,
The river was wide, but I swam it. Janet. I fucking love that.
Yeah.
yeah. Oh,
I've seen that movie so many times. I used to get my tickets for Midnight at the Movies from Cassandra, Mistress of the Dark herself, every Friday.
Box
2 years
was it
straight.
Boxlighter? He is so awesome.
Bruce Boxleitner?
Yes.
no, it wasn't him.
No, that was Barry Bostwick. It was
It's
Barry
Barry Bostwick.
Bostwick.
Yeah.
Yeah. He is a great guy, dude. He can just talk to that guy, and he'll just like, he's your best buddy. He'll just start talking to you and stuff.
Bruce
He was-
Boxleitner's fucking cool too. We worked on a film with him here back in like the early 90s, and he just told us these fucking hilarious stories, these old Hollywood stories when he was a younger man. Jesus Christ, he had us crying laughing.
I bet he's a lot of fun. What was that movie Barry Bostwick was in right after Rocky Horror with the motorcycles? Deeds
Megaforce.
Megaforce, deeds, not
By the way,
words.
I'm gonna go.
Love it.
Party on.
Okay,
Party on.
Jackie.
He's gonna go watch Euphoria.
Hi, Jackie.
No,
Working on this
Justin.
Project. Thanks for hanging out, buddy.
Kentucky Fried Movie. That's a good one.
I'll see you in a little bit, Janet. If you want to pop in, I'll
All right, goodbye.
drop
Party
the
on,
link.
Jackie.
Come up here when you get a chance.
Um,
Kentucky
Janet,
Fried
if
Movie's
you're,
got
if
some
you're
good stuff.
not busy, let me know. I'll send you the link. Kentucky Fried Movie. Yeah, I've seen that one a few hundred times as well.
Big Jim Slade.
Take
I'll
care.
take a
Janet.
second.
Catholic high school girls in trouble.
I like the ninja alert guy in there. Enter the Dragon.
I used that in my video just the other week, like a warning. It's that guy going. Bah, bah, bah.
Listen, man, Megaforce is so great. It has one of my favorite lines in the history of cinema. Still a card ace, still a Prince Duke. Like Jesus Christ, it doesn't get any better than that.
That was
man.
fucking hold on. The bad guy was played by character actor
Henry Silva.
Henry Silva. God, that guy was terrific. He just passed away a couple years ago.
That's always your problem, Ace. You always think about the little guys. There's just numbers. Fuck.
He was great. Everything he's ever done. I'm a big fan of Sharky's Machine. He played a
Mm.
great bad guy in Sharky's Machine. Man. That's probably my
That's
favorite.
going back.
My favorite Burt Reynolds movie.
The other my other favorite part
I was
about
never
Fuck
Burt
is,
Reynolds fan.
is when they agree at the end, him and Perseus Kambata, they agree they're going to meet at the Red Lion Tavern in London, 5 o'clock, morning, afternoon, who fucking knows? She's just going to show up, I guess, and wait around all day until he gets there. And it has, my buddy who was watching, goes, why the fuck did they put her through all that combat proving to then tell her she can't go on the mission? I'm like, fuck, I don't know. I didn't write this shit. It's awesome, but I didn't write it.
I thought it was
I love that movie. I
Yeah, like-
love that movie.
the fight scenes with the motorcycles and the dune buggies and shit. That was
Oh, yeah.
cool. I saw that in the theater as a kid.
Even in the 80s. Exactly. It's such a good fucking movie, dude. I had the patch. I had the I sent away on the Marvel Comics.
Comics,
my
yeah.
grandmother had an address in Florida for her condo, so I was able to get stuff shipped to her. And when she came back that next summer, I was so excited. I got my Megaforce patch. Loved that.
By then, you didn't care about it anymore.
No, I cared.
You
Trust
hit puberty.
I showed
Yeah.
Mel that just a few months ago, and she's like, "This is boring as hell." I'm like, "What? Blasphemy! Leave this room now!"
And
Not
that's
worthy.
why Brian has a second job. Pay alimony to his now ex-wife.
the alligator.
What's up, Judd?
What was that?
I honestly I can't remember much of Megaforce. I saw it once.
Sneaky little critters. They're supposed to rattle, but they don't always. Yeah, no, it's a good movie. It has one of my favorite stupid, annoying Hollywood tropes ever is when the black guy's listening to his Walkman and the old British guy's like, Gladys Knight and the Pips. And he's like, Vivaldi. He goes, spring? And he's like, winter. You know, it's like, and like, I can't not notice when they do that in a movie. And the worst example of it is in fucking First Contact. When Picard, or maybe Generations, when Picard's listening to the loud music and his thing, and Riker comes in and does that whole, I fucking hate that. I have never once seen someone not know what the fucking classical music piece was in the real world, or try and guess it. You know what I mean? Like they either know or they don't know. They don't go Tchaikovsky, and they go, no, Chopin. Like it's never seen that in the real world, but fucking Hollywood does that nonstop. I hate
It's
it.
the fake banter. Fake banter.
Yeah, it's fake banter and it's pretentious cunty shit.
Yeah.
Did we get enough of that?
I fucking love Riker though. He's a cool motherfucker.
Rekirk was interesting.
Riker was the best part of it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like,
Wow.
I don't know.
Shit.
Ro Laren was the best part of that show, buddy.
Who?
She was fun.
Yeah.
She was fun. But you got to admit,
You ever watch Shark?
the episode
Sharks?
with Trek
With
with
Sharks.
BB Newworth?
What?
You got to admit that was one of the
BB Newworth
Fantastic.
was my MILF fucking crush ever since Cheers, man. And then I saw that fucking Summer of Sam, and she's John Leguizamo's Gumar in that, and like there's just that scene of her in the fucking leopard print bra and panty, and I was like, well, I can die a happy fucking man now. I'm good to go, you know. I have crossed the river.
She like vanished.
She's still around. She's still around. She's doing. I think she does mostly musical theater now. That's her big thing
Yeah,
because she
that's what
loves
she's
doing
been
it.
doing for a long time, actually.
Yeah.
Come on, say hi to everyone. Come on.
Yeah, with sharks, with
Swimming with
James
sharks.
Woods.
Yeah, swimming with
Swimming with
sharks.
sharks.
Swimming with sharks. It's a
Had a
very.
great sound.
It's
soundtrack.
sadly very accurate as to how Hollywood fucking works.
Now, wasn't that supposedly kind of a take on what did
Just cutting your hair, you big baby.
I just can't. I'm like brain frying here.
Welcome to my world, Brian.
It's all that
producer
stop and go traffic,
that he
dude.
plays is the guy that got arrested for fucking fiddling with everybody.
Kevin Spacey?
No, Kevin Spacey.
You're talking about Weinstein.
Weinstein, yeah. Isn't that supposed to be kind of like Weinstein from the movie? But they
I
didn't
think
say
it was
it.
Weinstein's predecessor because that movie was from like the 80s. Huh?
No, that movie was from the 90s.
90s, like early
Yeah.
90s though. Like
Yeah, like
91,
92,
92.
93, something like that.
I watched it not too long ago.
It's a very good film.
Pretty good.
But yeah, that ending,
We used to have it on VHS, but
it's intense.
I never really got it as a kid.
94.
94. So a lot later than I thought it was. So yeah, Weinstein would have been around and swinging by then. No. When did Miramax come out?
Yeah, because it was a take on Miramax. Whoever wrote it, it was his like basically kind of his thing on when he was with Miramax as a worked for Miramax, and Weinstein was there or whatever.
Well,
the
Weinstein
write
brothers.
as him. Yeah, what happened to Weinstein's
Oldsmith.
brother? Did he get caught up in any of this shit? Or he died? Who's the other the producer duo, like the two brothers? One of them committed suicide, did he?
The Coen brothers?
Apparently, he's based on Joel Silver.
Oh, Joel Silver.
Yeah.
That's who. Didn't Joel Silver's brother commit suicide or some shit? He was a producer too.
Sorry, Judd. The reason there's no name bars is because when I bring up a comment, it erases them, which is really kind of dumb.
And then he forgets to put the comment down for an hour because he starts playing with his miniatures, and there we go.
Yeah. I try to remind him when I'm
This
paying
is for you,
attention, but
Bear.
I'm also playing with my miniatures. So.
Sorry, what? Top Middle has great taste. Well, thank you. I'm a big fan of
Janet,
that.
who knows? This is just a free for all.
Janet, come hang out for God's sake. We'll talk movies. Come on, Janet.
We know Janet likes talking movies.
Yeah.
Yeah, this will be a no-go for Shadow. He don't watch anything.
That's okay.
Hey, I've seen a movie or two. I just don't spend as much time as you guys do watching movies. I do other things, like make movies.
Yeah.
Oh,
I made a lot of it.
He makes movies with men doing men.
so okay. This is a little bit of inside baseball. Years and years and years and years ago, this is in the 90s. We're watching The Warriors with a buddy of mine and a couple of friends. And my buddy who's plays Rat, he's a stunt guy, martial arts fighting guy, and he keeps rewinding this one fight moment over and over to see if they cut or not when he flips the guy through the bathroom stall door when they're fighting the guys on the roller skates. 10 fucking times, boom, 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 frame by frame by frame. Okay, cool. Later in the film, when the prom girl drops her corsage in the subway and they leave, and then Deborah Valkenburg, when the dog goes to adjust her hair when the prom people get on, and Brian Swan stops her, my buddy goes, "That's a really great scene." And our friend turns and goes, "Oh, do you want to watch it 10 fucking times?" And Jason, without missing a beat, turns his head and he goes, "That's why I make movies and you watch them." And we were just like, fuck, like, shut the fuck up. Like, you are done at that moment in time. You are fucking cooked, baby.
It's not a matter of need, Janet. It's just offering if you want to hang out with the weirdos.
It's okay, Janet. I know you hate me.
Especially me.
Taste, we're the losers.
Okay, I now need to know, James, who is that as your avatar now?
It's trans hunger.
No, that's fucking
Sungar before surgery.
And Margaret.
I can't quite tell.
Is that Anne Margaret?
It is.
She was hot.
It is Anne Margaret. Yay, I got it right.
Sophia Loren and Margaret.
Well, let's all pontificate about 50s hotties.
Hell yeah.
No, thank you. There was
Gene
Yvonne. What's her
Simmons?
face?
Oh, I had a huge crush on Gene Simmons, man. Not the rocker, the fucking chick that
Gene
Not the one
Simmons?
from Kiss.
not the kid. Oh,
Zardoz.
of course. Fucking Zardoz.
What was
The gun is good.
Batgirl? What was it? Yvonne or
Von Craig.
yeah.
You're probably right, Cal, but the offer still stands.
Julie Newmar, baby.
Yeah.
She was the only Catwoman for me, man.
Amen, brother. Amen. Amen.
But she wasn't hard.
Julie Newmar was. Oh, I'm thinking Batgirl.
No, well,
Yeah,
Yvonne Craig
Julie-
also played Catwoman at one point too.
I got a
Did she?
question.
Yvonne Craig, Julie Newmar, and Eartha Kitt all played Catwoman.
What was that, James?
I got a question.
You gotta say it.
Okay. The question is, why do percentile thief skills suck in every game that they're used?
Because they start out too low to be worth even using.
I didn't hear
Okay.
that. What percentile? What?
Thief skills.
Oh, thief skills. Okay.
Yeah,
Think
they
it's
suck in every game, and every game wants to use them. Bothers me.
I think thief skills, like when they, especially their stealth shit, where they can walk in the middle of a fucking desert in the brightest daylight, and they roll, and they can't be fucking seen. That kind of shit. It's dumb.
That's
Yeah.
bad DMing, not bad
It's
rules.
just, but I mean, mechanically, that's right.
No, if your GM says, "Yeah, go ahead and roll," and not look at you like you're an idiot, that's like I said, bad GMing. If anybody who's ever tried to be sneaky knows there are sometimes you just can't be sneaky, and no amount of skill, magic maybe, but skill is not going to let it slide.
Yeah.
With thieving, like opening locks.
Because sometimes the security guard sees through the clipboard and Bell polo shirt. And you still get a billy club to the back of the head.
Right. But with like lock picking,
And I know that
anybody can
firsthand
learn it, and
experience.
it doesn't take years. Okay, trust me, it does not take years. It's
Shadow,
no
put down
different-
the comment. Put down the comment. Enough of that.
You don't
Which one?
always
Oh.
The one that
have.
you got highlighted, unhighlighted, so we can see people's
Sorry.
names.
In
Please.
fact,
I wish there was a timer you could set for the comment, you know? So when you clicked it,
Yeah.
it would be like
There is,
whatever you
isn't
set it to.
Champagne, the sound. Yeah. Champagne wishes and caviar dreams, lifestyles.
It's
of
got a
rich-
restream. There is on the restream. You can. I think there's a timer, but this is
StreamYard,
StreamYards, yeah.
the good one.
Oh, Coco, what he said was that we found the cut where they made the cut before the guy went through the door, so you could swap out the actor for the stunt guy. Neat, but it was a very tight cut. It was a really good one. That's like that. The director of that film is amazing.
Yeah.
Walter Hill, great director.
Well, that's editing, right? The
Yeah,
cut.
but if the director doesn't give you the coverage, the editor's got a harder job to get shit together. You know what I mean?
Yes, you can only work with what you've got.
Which is
with
why the
computers
first
these
Star Wars is a miracle because his wife was able to cut that shit into something really good.
days. Mhm.
6, Janet, 6. So there's room for you if you want to pop in, just say hi, or call us a bunch of weirdos, whatever. Just thought I'd.
we do like to keep it weird.
We do.
Absolutely.
I mean, obviously, the best method of doing thief skills is the dice 6 method.
I like the 2-6 method that someone threw up on their fucking blog recently or a couple years ago. It's a really good way of doing it, and it works for all class skills. You can do it for everybody. It's really good.
2-6.
Yeah, it's basically you have primary, secondary, and then every other skill you have is tertiary, right? And as you go up in level 2,
like Castles of Crusades.
yeah, like a little bit like that. But it's based on the 2-6. You need to roll over a certain number to succeed on your check.
Right.
So the
Like
primary skill will go up faster as you go up in levels, the secondary a little bit slower, and the tertiary very, very slowly, right? But then you can use that not just for thieves, you can use it for rangers, you can use it for clerics, you can use it for anybody that has any type of skill that they need to check. It's really good.
Yeah.
But I don't play D&D anymore, so I don't give
In
a
the 1-6 method, you start with a 1 in 6 chance in every skill, and each level, including first level, you get 2 points to put wherever you
Yeah.
want. So
But
as
that
you
escalates
go up,
so
I
quickly.
mean, you can choose to be like, I have a 5 and 6 chance of always doing one thing, but sucking at other things or whatever.
Kind of like the way they
I
did
like-
it in second edition, where they gave you points to assign to your abilities. They gave you like 20 points every level. And so if you wanted to be better at lock picking than moving silently, you could just put your points there, which is
But the
it
big
was
problem was they still use percentile rules.
right. Well, because they were trying to uh, just give you a little bit each level and not have you like sort of max out early on, which um, anybody who knows anybody who's good at like a mundane or like their job or something, it doesn't take them their whole life to get good at that one thing. Usually you develop early in life, you're really good at these things and you kind of stick with them, as opposed to, oh, I'm 60 years old now, I can finally open every lock. Not always.
Most of the skills you learn in this field are weekend courses. You're expected
Well, I
to
know
be proficient.
Judd, what he said about the 2 die 6, that's why armor class used to be descending, is you had to actually roll under the armor class on 2 die 6. That's how Dave Arneson actually did.
Yes, but this Dave
Is
Arneson.
Arneson still kicking, or did he pass?
No.
on?
No, I think
years
he
ago.
passed quite a while
That
ago.
guy is what we call good and dead.
Dead and good.
Good in bed. What was that?
No, that's a shadow film. It's about a guy
Yeah.
who is absolutely not good in bed.
Yeah, Shadow was going to release an entire casting couch series, but he found out he'd be taken to court for hate crimes, so that fell through.
The die 6 rules are in Lamentations of the Flame Princess, as well as the very first carrion crawler for OSC.
Just hate crimes. I thought he was getting crimes against humanity on that one.
That
working
guy
on it.
who
I'm
does
working on
the Flame Princess, that guy's such a weirdo. Man.
Raggy?
Yeah.
I like him, but he's a fucking weirdo.
He is an American that
Back
chose to
into
move
the
to
kettle, right?
Finland.
Yeah, he's up in expat somewhere.
I've only
Finland.
seen one of his videos.
He's out there, dude.
Yeah, I was subscribed to him for a while, but then he was like running through the snow naked.
Oh,
Yep, that's where I discovered his videos and quickly left. But
Yeah, I was like, bro.
He likes
if
to
I see
record
this happen
videos
again, I'm
while he's in the
unsubscribing.
sauna. So he's just there, like nude, sweating, and talking about role playing games. It's just like, this is awkward, you know?
He is he's a character, man. He's definitely one of a kind.
From what I understand, though, if you have to work for a private, like, smaller developer, he is awesome because he makes sure all of his artists and everyone like that gets paid before he does.
That's cool.
Yeah, I know because he's like, he doesn't have like a rating system. He just, whatever you guys want to fucking do, you can do. But like I guess, didn't he have a bunch of pushback from distributors and bullshit saying, oh, this is adult and whatever.
He got in trouble when Zach Sabbath had his issue. And a lot of people were trying to force Raggy to disavow Sabbath, which was, or as we all know, his real name is like Zach Smith, but still, whatever. And so there was some issues with that. And then there's a book where you had magic that was powered by menstrual blood. And people got pissed off at that. It was, I think, called She Bleeds.
I don't know that I get pissed off, maybe grossed out, but not pissed off.
Yeah.
And then I'm pretty sure Zach Smith did a book called White Power, but spelled white, like, living in a burrow. And people were like, what, the undead kind that will drain.
Yeah.
I got that shirt. I got that shirt that says that.
Right. But that's Zach Smith. Zach Smith is an edgy boy. He does write some really good stuff, but the problem is that, like, all the people who canceled him are the same people he is. And I'm not talking behind his back because I've told this to him to his face. Like, these are all his friends, and he was 100% on board with, like, canceling people. But then it turned around and got him.
Always does.
Because that's the way it is. Because his crazy-ass ex whatever decided to talk a bunch of shit completely with no evidence at all. And now she's in a nunnery, apparently. Mandy Morbid has joined a nunnery.
Okay, I will be right back.
Get thee to a nunnery, says I.
I mean, you turned her into a nun. That's, I mean, it'd be cool if you defrocked a nun. That's kind of cool. But like turning a woman into a nun, that's a little.
Well, I mean, she's got her own issues, and then he sued basically half a dozen people and won all the lawsuits. So, you know, and now he hides out by himself, but you can order his stuff direct from him.
I fucking dig him because he's just doing his shit. He's doing his thing the way he fucking wants to do. He's not prescribing to the damn industry standard bullshit. He doesn't care what other people like making him. He's just doing what he wants to do. I can respect that.
Well, he got in a little bit of trouble out over the Carcosa book because it like went into how many children you had to sacrifice to cast certain rituals and shit. But
it's a game.
Like I said when I did the Dragon Slayer review the other day, this is a game for grown-ups. If you are Sparkle Troll and you want to play, you know, a game for little kids, maybe go play something else because, you know, characters die. You actually get XP. Like if you're out in a group adventuring and one of your party members dies, you gain XP if you can drag his body out of the dungeon and burn it. Or I assume bury it. But you get what I'm saying. Lay it to rest.
Hey, Mel. Right. You know that's actually kind of
shit. It's somewhere right here. Just turn the light on. I'll find it.
That someone would put that in. I've seen so many XP charts over the years of what you get stuff for, but like doing something that's so obviously the right thing to do, that's kind of refreshing.
Are you checking your blood sugar or something?
It's like a Dremel.
It's a nail.
Mel bought a nail. It doesn't. Mel bought something. This is that bzzz, but no, it's a Dremel.
Huh.
And she I guess this one.
No
it's
worries,
a nail. It's a nail.
It's hard to tell with nothing but avatars.
But this is like too fast for her
it's
nails.
really high powered, so you can have it for your little model.
My little model things, my little men.
Little
Thanks.
toys.
And sorry, James, Zach Sabbath's ex is Mandy Morbid. She's from Montreal. All I needed to ever hear to know she was crazy.
Yeah.
Something about
Funny
this
how
city, man.
we can do that and equate location.
It's this city. Something about this city just makes crazy women in the English community.
But
Well,
Red Pleasant Land is an amazingly put together book.
Which
Everything
book?
about it's great. Red and Pleasant Land.
Yeah.
And the one where you're in the Arctic, what's that called? Frostbitten, Mutilated, or whatever. That one was really good. I love his city book, Volkheim, or whatever it's called. Because you can play in a city, you don't even need a map. It's just all like tables. So if you run down the street, you roll to see where you ran to. You know what I mean? So it's like you run from the
that's nice,
tavern
Janet.
and now you're in the merchant area. You know, it's like, okay, cool. It's awesome. But
Justin in a suit? What the fuck?
yeah. Yeah.
Who's going to court?
Well, he does live in Canada, and he does say a lot of litigious things. So,
The deuce, you say?
but anyway,
That is funny how we can assume certain things without making asses of ourselves about people from where they come these days.
Mm.
You see, you mentioned certain places, and everybody just instantly knows.
like
You're
Toronto.
either I was going to say Seattle, but
Oh,
you know, you're
the
either
Toronto of
trapped
the
or
South.
you're
Don't
either
badmouth
trapped or you're
Toronto.
fully on board.
Trana? We're not
Toronto
allowed
is
to
the
badmouth
worst.
Trana?
Oh, you're allowed to badmouth Toronto, Bear.
Toronto is where that Scott Pilgrim shit took place.
Oh, that movie sucked.
It deserves
Yeah.
no
I
mercy.
never read the comic, but the movie was stupid. as hell.
Yeah. I don't know. I've never seen that scene. That's a Seattle scene.
Yeah, Seattle sucks too.
That's
Yeah, you
why I
can
brought it up.
badmouth Seattle. You're allowed to do that.
Well,
You don't have my
You are here.
permission to
The
badmouth
best
Toronto.
movie from Seattle was the Night Strangler, Kolchak.
Kolchak.
He was in the underground.
it was a good show. I was actually
You
amazed.
didn't like the
when-
Night Stalker? What the fuck?
I was too young
Said
when
it
it came out to
was
have
a
seen it
good
the first
show.
time it aired. So during the pandemic, I power watched the whole fucking series.
Yeah.
I liked the first movie. The
That's it?
first movie they did in Vegas
vampire
was
one?
really good. The rest of it was like, that's
Eh.
not the Pacific Northwest. There are fucking palm trees everywhere.
Well,
Stop trying to make me
Oh.
think this is
he
somewhere
was
other
in
than
Chicago
LA.
in the series. He was in
Yeah,
the
Chicago. It's
Chicago
like it was in Chicago. They have what's with all the palm trees? It was like Hill Street Blues had that same fucking problem, which is like this is supposed to be some Midwestern or Eastern, Rust Belt industrial sprawl city. Yet there are fucking palm trees in this shot. Like Jesus Christ!
You know, it would have probably been cheaper for them to film there, and the local communities could have used the influx of like industry, right?
Yeah, but here's why they don't do that. Do you want to know why they don't do that, Justin? I'll explain it to you in one simple thing. All the actors would have to be booked as out-of-towners and not locals, so they have to pay them double plus a daily fucking per diem. So it's much easier to book them as locals in LA and not pay them that shit than to take them to Chicago or Baltimore or wherever the fuck else to shoot.
You're telling me
Movies,
they
they'll
couldn't
do
find
that.
actors local to.
Movies, they'll do that. TV series, they won't. Did you understand how acting casting works? Okay, I've got a TV series I'm pitching. The
You gotta
TV
have
series
sex
is called
with
Shadow and Son and Friends.
Old Jewish
And
guy.
then I show up and I have a list of lead actors. And the distributors go, that guy's worth no money in my range. That guy is worth this much money in my range. That guy tends to bring this much money in my thing. It's all about foreign distribution.
Yeah.
It's all about foreign distribution. We had a film being shot here in Montreal by some friends. They wanted Bruce Campbell for the lead. The people with the money would not let them hire Bruce Campbell because foreign distributors at the time in the 90s, he was worth nothing.
Mm.
You know what I mean? It's just how it works. It's about how much money can we. They don't give a shit about making good product. They they give a shit about making money.
Yes.
Judd, I'm from Orlando, where we are allowed to just basically shoot anybody at any time. Yeah, that's not a joke. If we feel threatened, we can cap your ass.
Yeah,
Well, it's all up to the fucking DA. That's why DAs are. You need to like get on the. If you're gonna vote for anybody, vote for your fucking DAs. Know who the hell's charging.
Yeah.
That's who you want. Your influence.
Because it's a really good slogan until you've got to actually go to court because the DA thinks you have the wrong political opinion that week or whatever.
Yeah, there's way too much.
Swing either way. Yeah, if it's a
Yeah, the sheriff from Hillsborough County did a thing. Basically, he said the same thing as the sheriff from Polk County, which is if someone tries to break in your house, by all means, shoot them.
Yeah.
It saves us some problems.
And paperwork.
I mean, we
Just
don't
take
have
it.
that. We don't have that. What retreat fucking law, whatever.
No.
Bullshit. We stand your ground laws.
Yeah.
But the thing is, again, it's the jurisdiction, and if the DA wants to squash your nuts, they will.
Yeah, we got Castle Doctrine, Stand Your Ground, and Constitutional Carry.
Yeah, we have the same thing.
Well, this is
Except
all
you
good on
can't
paper.
open carry. So you can constitutional carry, but it's got to be concealed.
Yeah, we have open carry, but you have to have a license, CCL. Which is
Yeah,
weird.
we don't
Which
need
is
license
bullshit.
for any of that. And if you're on your way camping or fishing, you can carry whatever you want with you. Because
I
in the
haven't
state
been
of
hunting-
Florida, if you're going fishing and you want to bring your AK with you, it's legal.
I haven't been hunting here in Texas in a while, but I remember there used to be for rifles. You had the 5-round magazine, and then like shotguns can only have 3-shell magazines. I don't know.
My
if it's like
DA is
more
Fannie
than-
Willis. Uh-oh, Judd.
Who's Fannie Willis? Is that the?
The one in Atlanta.
Oh, that bitch. Oh yeah.
Oh, I know, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Oh my god, she's out of control. I saw some videos on her. They were doing speech analysis. She's like off the chain, man. That lady's going like she's going rogue.
Yeah, completely.
Well, that's
And it's all
you
blown
got
up
it
in
wrong.
all
She
the
isn't
places.
going rogue. She's following the script. Those are the people in charge, man.
I don't know
Yeah.
about that.
For some
Atlanta's
reason, I
pretty
just
red.
do not like percentile thief skills. It just bothers me.
Okay.
And it's
Nice,
not that I
dude.
don't like percentile skills games, because I love Call of Cthulhu 7th edition. And I've been running Warhammer Fantasy roleplay for like a year now. So it's not that percentiles bother me. It's percentiles in the middle of a game where there should not be percentiles.
Well, yeah. That's dice rolls and period. When they're forced into places they shouldn't be.
Okay,
It-
so
it's,
sore
big,
thumb.
it's big dice, guys. It's big dice.
Big
They
dice
want
trying
us
to
rolling
make me
dice. Trying to make you roll dice when you don't need to. Buy dice when you don't need to.
To mess with my players, I 3D printed a bunch of die 10s, but they had Latin numerals on them. And most of the players at the table can't read it. So when they see the LCX, 111, they're like, what the hell is that?
That's awesome.
Yeah.
well, guys, I gotta bounce. I gotta go to work in the morning. I get some sleep.
It was
Party
good seeing
on,
you again, Brian.
Good seeing
Yeah.
you.
Bye, Brian.
Good to see everybody.
Take care.
Thank
Give
you.
Mel a hug for us.
Keep it not weird. You need to be less
oh,
weird, bro.
you gotta keep it
Less weird.
I want to play a werewolf that's a member of a Wehrmacht
Take care,
unit
Brian.
in
There you go.
Stalingrad.
There you go.
Yeah.
Weird
Hey,
War
Brian,
is.
if you get a chance, check out.
Yeah, I
Love
saw.
it,
I
dude.
watched your video. It sounds pretty cool, dude.
Wasn't that the whole thing, though? Operation Werewolf or whatever?
Operation Werewolf was like a post-war, like insurrection kind of shit. Like,
Yeah, but what if they were really werewolves?
actual werewolves. Yeah.
That would make it extra cool, though.
Yeah.
You could be like GI werewolf hunters. That would be awesome.
Yeah.
With your Tommy guns and your 45s full of silver bullets.
I have rules for werewolves in my game, and they're uncontrollable because once they turn, you can't. Like in my story, the Germans were working with that, trying to, because werewolves are real, and they got one, and they were messing with it and whatever. And their scientists got a hold of it and was messing with it, and they just couldn't get them to be controllable. They just like when they would wolf out, they would go ape shit. And they couldn't control.
Well,
them.
they'd probably lose all their language skills, wouldn't they?
Well, and I wrote that werewolves have like the ability of like a super well trained dog. They can like open doors and shit, but they don't retain, their human stuff. They might recognize somebody that they're friends with or family. They might not eat them or something like that, and they'll recognize, things that are dangerous, but they won't pick up a gun and use it because they just don't. They might realize it's a dangerous thing, but they don't know how to operate it. But
I think that's cool.
Yeah, but the werewolves, like, they just can't be controlled. They just become wolves and they start hunting. They disappear and rip off their.
Well, as we all know from that movie, what was it called? The British movie. That it wasn't
in London?
Dog Soldiers.
Yeah, Dog Soldiers. That it wasn't the Germans. It was the Brits.
Yeah.
That were,
Anytime anyone says werewolf movie to me, I always think American Werewolf in London.
yeah, that's a reasonable.
Dog Soldiers.
Dog Soldiers.
I've heard that was pretty good.
It's amazing. It's so fucking good.
The original.
I always think Abbott and Costello. That's me.
Yeah, well, you were there before they were called talkies, so who cares what you think?
All right,
Well,
guys.
There's an
Either way.
animated version of that in the Love, Death, and Robots, where you
yeah,
got like
yeah,
a
it was good.
Marine base and they're American werewolves,
Yeah.
and they're fighting like Mujahideen werewolves and shit like that.
Love,
Yeah.
Death, and Robots is an excellent source of really good shorts. As a
Well,
matter
I
of fact,
think
I was
the-
watching one,
Okay.
and I had actually remembered reading it back in either Creepy or Eerie magazine back in the day, and it was called Life Hutch. I think it was Creepy or Eerie magazine. It could have been Star Omni or whatnot.
What was it called?
Life Hutch.
Life Hutch.
It's
What
where the
was it
guy.
about?
It was where the guy is trying to make it to this little life hutch on the moon or another planet. It's like a little prefab like shelter on this planet, and he's desperately trying to get there. And then once he got there, the maintenance droid had gone haywire, and if he even moved, it was on him like
I saw
quick
it.
like.
I don't remember
And that one was originally in a short story in one of the old magazines back in the day. And as a kid, it freaked me out. And then I'm like, oh my God, this is Life Hutch. And then I, went back and saw, the title of it. And I went, no way.
Well,
What are the odds?
I think my favorite one is the one where they do the jump gate and they end up beyond the rift or whatever it is.
Yeah, that's what it's called, Beyond the Rift.
And like
Taurus Rift, I think.
They think it's like away, but it's like the Matrix basically, because they're trapped in this giant spider alien type thing's web.
How many seasons is it on?
3, I
that
think.
was the first season.
Yeah, I think they're on the 3rd season.
Okay, because I've only seen the first 2 seasons, but
Yeah.
if you haven't seen it, Bear, it's definitely some fun, short stories that.
Which are you talking about?
Love, Sex,
Love,
and
Death-
Robots.
I've seen all of it. I've seen the whole thing, man. It's
Love,
great.
Death, and
Okay.
Robots.
That
mean,
whole
the
fucking
best-
one with the second season episode where the Arabic one with the Arabic knight seeing the jewel covered
That
water
was
spirit.
weird.
It's so good though.
Yeah.
That was so weird though. But
They're all short stories, like actual sci-fi short stories.
oh
that
man,
have
the
been
one
adapted.
with the Russian
None of them are
soldiers
original.
sent out into Siberia to take
Yeah.
out the ghouls. That shit was so like I could feel like
That was the live action
the
one,
hair
right?
standing up.
The
No,
first
that
season
that
was better. The
great.
first series was much better than the second series, but the second series was still good.
Yeah.
The
And
third
I'm pretty
series
sure they have
was
a-
really good.
Well, the second series was split into 2, so it's just one series in my mind, right?
Okay.
Because in the third series, you had the one where they go in there and they find Cthulhu and all that kind of shit. Yeah, it just gets wild, man. It's pretty wild stuff.
We need more stuff like that. We really do.
Yeah.
And the guy with the rats in the barn.
Now,
that
that's
one
when
was so awesome.
that's when Netflix is doing good, right? Like that. That's like then they turn around and do some real shit.
Yeah,
stuff.
and the first 5 seasons of Blacklist was great, but after a while,
that wasn't Netflix. They came in. They picked it up when it got canceled by the BBC.
oh really?
Which show?
Blacklist?
The Blacklist. No, that was not BBC. That was NBC.
Yeah, that
Was it?
was the same guy who had been on news radio.
No, that was the guy from Stargate.
Yeah,
The
David
movie.
Spader.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I thought that was
James
the same
Spader.
guy from news radio, the manager.
No, that was the
That
guy
they
from
hired.
Swimming
No,
with
no.
Sharks, wasn't it?
That was Spader. He's just all grown
Okay,
up now.
I believe you. I know it was from the one. I just thought he was from both, but
No, News Radio
nothing
was the
beats
guy
Walking
from
with
Kids in the Hall.
Dinosaurs.
Was James okay?
Oh,
remember that one, Justin?
Is the name of Shadow's biography.
Walking with Dinosaurs, the one where they like
Nice.
had the guy go
It's
back in
kinda
time
easy,
and
though.
actually,
Kinda easy.
they used
No.
really good effects. And like at first he went back and it was all like sea scorpions and
No,
he
I
was
don't
in like
remember
the
that one.
Precambrian, and then he kept jumping a little ahead and ahead and ahead. And
I don't remember them all. To be honest with you, I
like
watched
he
them
went
all,
in a
but
cage
some
with
of
the
them-
mosasaur.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, it was a BBC. Like it wasn't as bad as when BBC decided to do a whole mockumentary on like mermaids.
Mm.
Or not BBC. History Channel. They did the
Okay.
mockumentary where they were like trying to act like the mermaid thing was real, but it was like, get out of here.
Yeah. The only History Channel show I ever really liked was Engineering an Empire. Engineering Empires or whatever it was called with Peter Weller.
Oh no, man. Wasn't it History Channel that had How It's Made on it?
Yeah, I never liked that shit.
That shit is awesome, man. Finding out how they make just random bullshit.
That was the start of nonstop reality TV on the History
It was
Channel.
like, today we're going to show you how toilet paper is made. Dun, 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 and it showed the factory and everything happening. And be like,
So that show only had voiceovers, right?
I did
It's
not.
the same. It's the same thing as Just for Laughs gags. By not having people speaking on camera, they can sell it everywhere in the world with an audio dub for the local language. So those two shows, How It's Made and Just for Laughs gags, are for the companies that produce them. They're two highest grossing shows because they have such a minimal cost effect on them for paying performers.
Yeah, you just have a guy with a camera go in and do a slow walk around.
Well, that's done, but then they just voice it over for Russia. They get a Russian guy, a local guy, and pay him, whatever. For the Middle Eastern market, they just go get a fucking Qatari guy or whatever and have him do it. It's like it's really smart business.
A local
And
host
it's
and,
huge. It's huge in Korea, apparently. Like it's
They bring a
massive.
guy and they're like, look, your job is to describe how these ice cream sandwiches are moving down this
Here's your
frickin'
script.
automatic freaking thing here. Go.
Here's your script. Here's your paycheck. Go.
You know?
Unlike one of Shadow's productions where it's like, here's the camera, here's your blow, go.
You think he
Such
provides
bad
so
taste,
little amounts of
kids.
blow? The people that work in shadow films need a lot more blow to be motivated.
He just starts pouring it out
That
into
is
the
a
ground in
business
front of them.
opportunity, though,
Yeah.
because you could choose not to do the blow and then later sell the blow and then invest the money.
Yes,
Yeah,
but
'cause
the
people in
shame,
porn
the
are
shame,
really well known for their fucking financial savvy.
the
And you
shame
want to
you have to
invest in
suppress.
accruable assets like real estate and things
Oh yeah,
like that.
yeah. Porn stars, they're some of the smartest, most financially savvy real estate people I've ever met in my life, sir.
No, they're not. They just like doing blow.
Exactly. Exactly.
I was just saying, work your way through at least one shoot, and then try
Have
to
you ever
set
seen a
yourself
shadow
up.
production, man? Those people need the blow.
Yeah, they just rub it directly on their sphincter to numb the pain.
Oh my goodness!
Shadow gives it to them in three-pound bags.
Do people actually?
Shadow.
I thought they'd all moved on to something else by now. That's still really a thing.
What?
You're a classic, bro.
Crafty
what?
Gamer,
You?
I have seen the Warhammer 40K thing with David Attenborough, and it is pretty funny. David Attenborough explaining the life cycle of Tyranids and shit like that.
That would be
It
fun.
eats your face, and
I
then it
remember
lays
David-
eggs.
When I was a little kid, David Attenborough on freaking, what was it? Animal. Dun, 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 dun. That was the music, and it'd always be him creeping around looking at gorillas or some shit.
Oh my God! Is that National Geographic?
Maybe.
It could
Oh, I
be.
know there was another one. I know which one you're talking about.
Yeah, that's
Imagine
National
if-
Geographic, I think.
Wild Kingdom.
Maybe.
Imagine the funny shit.
No, that was Marlon
Perkins.
Perkins.
Okay.
That wasn't David Attenborough. That was Marlon Perkins.
And the other show my grandpa let me watch if I stayed over at their house and stayed up late was Benny Hill.
Oh yeah.
Janet.
Mutual
Be happy,
of
Janet. Be
Omaha.
happy.
Wild.
Be
It was
happy. Yeah, but that wasn't That was Marlon Perkins. That wasn't David
yeah.
Attenborough.
I meant the music.
I never
Janet.
met any real
um,
porn people.
Actually,
Be happy.
Janet, you probably have. You just don't know it.
Have you
That's
met
why I'm
Shadow,
always-
Janet? Have you met Shadow?
That's why I'd be
Have you
very
met
careful
Shadow?
whenever you shake somebody's hand. Just saying.
Do you like paranoid schizophrenia, Janet? Take Shadow's class. He'll teach you how.
Yeah,
You'll be
apparently
storing rice and wearing rubber gloves in no time.
the new issue is they keep finding very small amounts of cocaine in all the shrimp that they catch in America.
No, that's
It's
what they
like-
use as bait.
It's like, really?
That's
It's not enough to
hilarious.
bother you, but the fact that you know it's in there. Mutual of Omaha.
I have some good memories of watching that show as a youngster. Wasn't it on like right before the Wonderful World of Disney or whatever
On
that was
Sundays.
on Sunday?
Yeah.
Oh, that was the best, wasn't it? Oh my God, life was
No.
so much.
No, it was not the best, sir. Thank you.
Well,
the 80s
yes,
were the best.
80s. But I mean, as a kid, you know, Sunday, you know, it was all, you know, even if you didn't do the church thing, it was something, you know, nice and wholesome. The whole family could sit around and, you know, be a family.
like a Jenna Hayes production.
Dear God, no.
Well, on that note, peace and love, and I will
Take
catch
care,
you all.
James. Say hi to your brother
Party
for
on,
me. I hope
James.
he's doing well. It was
I will.
always a pleasure having you hang out.
Yeah.
I'll see you
Bye,
tomorrow, man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Janet, they probably wouldn't tell you. Just saying, unless they're, you know, trying to rope you in. So be grateful.
Yeah. Like they tried to do to
Oh man, Columbo. I
fuck.
was just thinking about that show.
Well, Columbo, yeah, Columbo's good. What was
My
that?
dad, my dad used to have this thing that whenever we'd watch Columbo, he would always try to convince me as a little kid that Columbo actually had a flashlight in his belly button. If you remember the opening, you know, he's walking and, you know, he's obviously holding the flashlight, you know, in front of him. But my dad was always trying to convince me that he had a flashlight in his belly button. I don't know why.
Your dad thought you were
retarded. Yeah, I get it. Yeah. I was like 6, you know. Trust me, you do shit like that when you're a dad.
Yes, Terry, we got that. I looked up that
I knew
kid's
it.
name from that D&D episode. What?
Fucking National Geographic. Do not fuck with me on this stuff. Mutual of Omaha had a very different theme, sir. That was National Geographic.
I believe that was Janet that said that. So,
well, Janet, don't fuck with me. No, it was Judd who said it. And then he said that it was the National Geographic. There we go. We were both right, Judd. High five.
Okay.
Stop trying to throw Janet under the bus, you woman.
I only saw the Janet one. I didn't see the
next
one.
time you're on the stream with Justin, tell him to go fuck himself.
Oh. I think it was the first time.
She will.
Yeah, it wouldn't be the first time.
No, I think it
Did
would
he
be the
fuck
first time.
himself?
She's been
That's
Wow, shadow through shade. Oh,
Yeah.
I'm proud of you.
I don't need
I have
self
one
love.
once.
I got plenty of love from others.
Sorry, what was that?
Take that spear to your face.
Oh no.
Okay. No, it's because too many fucking people do Blow. That's why. Blow made a comeback, a big comeback with the millennials.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought meth kicked his ass in the drug war.
No, those are
No.
the
That's just with trailer park trash.
that's just people that got a doctor visit in the last decade. You know. The medical people get you hooked on the opiates and then they cut you off after over prescribing you.
Your mind
you
is a
get-
fucking bizarre place.
Well, that's how the meth.
That's how babies are made.
Yeah, that's how the meth wave works. You know, you fall off a ladder at work. You get
Take him out,
prescribed.
Jan.
Oh, here you go.
Fight me. There we go. Yes, Janet.
Fight me! Woohoo! Oh,
Damn it, Janet. Well done.
And folks, if you guys aren't subscribed to Janet from Another Planet, what are you doing with your life? Right,
I'm
James?
still waiting for my invite to her crazy political show that she does on Fridays. I'm still waiting
shit
for my
show?
invite. Yeah, I'm still waiting. I've never gotten
Same
one,
here,
Janet.
same here.
Neither have I.
Just saying, Janet.
Yeah, it's not like we haven't fought side by side before, you know, at the gaming table or anything. No.
Are you in Bruce's game too?
I was way back when I was there when she played and rolled her first dice.
I see.
And I stop by every once in a while to say hi to Bruce and the guys. So, Janet, is that going to interfere with your movie reviews? with Bruce, or is that his day off or something? She and
We
Bruce
all
do
wait.
a guy, a girl in a movie every Monday night.
God, girl. Yeah, he's gotta get that word and the movie in there
Yeah.
because then it's not a Bruce thing; it's a Shadow thing.
I like coffee.
Toffee?
Is he two-fisted?
I love coffee. Big
I like
fan.
coffee crisp.
How do you like your coffee? I
There,
like
you,
my
there you
coffee.
go. There you go. There's your invite. I think
Well,
it's for the.
thank you, Janet.
think
I hope,
it's
that's, I hope
for-
that's an invite, and it's not something that's going to get me in trouble with these loving to have me, because I'm pretty sure you're a witch, and that means cooking me up and eating me. So, I'm just saying.
She's a
Janet.
witch. I don't think she's a
Oh,
witch.
I think Janet's Glenda level, good witch, but there's probably some black feathers. So I'm just-
Are you allowed to drink that, Bear? Is that safe for you? Okay. I'm just making sure. I'm looking out for my
Jesus
buddy's health.
Christ. Do I
And
look
she's
like
talking
Hunger?
about P. Diddy tomorrow night. I have. There she is. Oh my God! Welcome to the show, Janet.
What is this
know.
about P. Diddy?
She was getting all dressed up for the show. That's what it was, huh? The whole time. And
She's
you
on
can't
mute,
do-
though.
can't
Yeah.
do
I had a cowboy hat on, and I thought I better put my angel thing on so I won't be a bitch.
I want
No,
to.
Monday nights we're not doing the show on Monday nights.
What show?
Put down the
what night is-
quote. Put down the quote, Shadow.
Oh, sorry.
She's here. You can actually talk to her directly. There we go.
We're not doing the show on Monday anymore.
What night?
We're doing it on Sunday afternoon until we find out what his new hours.
Oh,
is.
just way to stick it to Connell's show. Nice.
So, what are you talking about P. Diddy for tomorrow night?
We're going to be talking about. My part of the show. I'm going to talk about Waters' program, and we're going to talk. I'm going to talk about Waters' program that he did on Fox News. The
Just
whole
Waters.
breakdown of P. Diddy and some other people talking about him, Cat Williams, different things like that. I got a bunch of different videos, and I want to talk about that kind of stuff.
Nice.
So did he diddle you?
My big
like
thing
that.
this week is
I'll probably lose my channel again. I still have a strike against it right now.
for what?
Well, my first strike was because I kept saying pedophile, and I wouldn't say the other word, minor attracted person.
Really?
And then the second one was because I kept saying, I posted a video, 7.5-minute video about Comet Ping Pong.
Oh,
Really?
Yeah, and it was all stuff that's been out for years.
I know.
And they said I was a cyber bully and took my stuff down and gave me another strike. And then the
Really?
third time I was talking, I had a little bit of a snippet of the Surgeon General from Florida talking to Tucker. And it's still up on Tucker's channel. And it was him talking about DNA being changed because of the jab, the possibility of it going through the cell wall and stuff like that. And they took me down as for medical misinformation. But what was funny is that Bruce, Ruben, and Orange Hat all did the same show with me, and they never got in trouble for the same exact material. And they didn't take Tucker's down, but they took mine down for 2.5 weeks. So it's like they don't like me. So as soon as I can get all my people to leave here or follow me at least and watch me on Rumble, then I will just put chicken videos or something up over here.
Yeah.
So,
With links,
Hey, Raven,
links
come
to
on in.
your-
You've got the link. I gave you the link like 3 hours ago.
So, that's just the way it is. But I can't help it. I want to tell the truth, and I like having facts to back what I say. And if they don't like what I have to say, then
Did you see Tulsi Gabbard on Tucker,
yes, I did.
where she just spilled the fucking beans of who runs the Democratic Party? I was like, oh, she gonna die. I love Tulsi, but she gonna get killed.
It's
She
really
said, she goes, Obama and Hillary run the Democratic Party.
Oh,
Every
yeah.
decision that's being made are them. But no one's ever said this out loud. And she's an insider. So she's like, I know she's going to turn up dead.
Did you see Jesse Waters' show?
No, I love Jesse though. He's
Oh
awesome.
my God, you need to
Well,
watch
Janet,
it.
while I got you here, I wanted to ask you a question.
Yeah.
You were talking about a movie, Once Upon a Time, and I forgot to write it down, about Ukraine and kids. Remember that one?
Oh yeah, it's called The Eyes of the Devil. It's a documentary.
That's what I've been telling everybody, but I wanted to double check.
I didn't dare to even talk about it here, so we did it on Rumble.
I'm watching Quiet on Set right now.
But it's called Eyes of the Devil, and it's a real documentary, and almost the whole thing's blurred out except for the guy talking. And it's about 4 brothels that have children 10 and under, and that if you pay $500,000, you can get a newborn baby.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
Yeah, and they use it until it falls apart. Basically, it's horrible. It's a horrible story, but nobody wants to hear about it.
No.
But it's
No,
true.
I mean, the reason I ask is because when I was helping get people back home, that was one of the main destinations all the way back to the 80s when I was, working for those folks. And apparently it hasn't changed.
Well, the thing is, that's one of the reasons why I'm so glad when I started seeing what happened with P. Diddy and stuff. From Cat Williams has been talking about this kind of stuff for years.
What did P. Diddy do? I'm sorry, I'm out of the loop on this.
Supposedly, trafficking young women, drugs, all kinds of stuff, murder.
Actually, what
all
I'm hearing,
kinds of stuff.
I've been hearing is a lot of blackmail with man-on-man action.
Yeah, that too. There was a video that I tried to talk about a while back. It was about 4 or 5 years ago, I think, when it came out, when I saw it, because I get a lot of people send me things, and I watched it and I was like, oh my God, and I shared it with a lot of people, and it was Bieber, is that his last name? Justin Bieber. And it was Bieber or whatever, and he was
Bieber's okay.
He was giving blowjobs to Diddy and a few others, and it was on video. And then it showed him coming up, and then they got mad and pushed the guy out of the way. They had the camera. So and Bieber's talked about it, about his abuse and things like that too. And if this is all true shit, then they should lose everything. I mean, they shouldn't be able to make money off of other people's torture. You know what I mean? I don't believe in any of that. And I don't care who you are. If you do this stuff to people, then you should be punished for it.
Stop designing games and get back in the Matrix. What do you mean, Cal? Yeah, Shadow's going ghost hunting. What do you mean by that? Get back in the Matrix. What do you mean? I'm confused by that statement. Please explain. I'm fascinated by it, but I want to know what you mean. Yeah, so Janet, I'm watching Quiet on Set right now. Have you seen this yet?
Mm-mm.
It's all about.
But I've heard I need to watch it.
The first episode's all about Nickelodeon and Dan Schneider.
Yeah,
and it's pretty fucked up. And I've only seen the first episode, and then this happened, so I stopped watching to go out.
People are afraid. People are afraid to speak out.
Yep.
I mean, the whole thing with the Clintons. Half the people that say anything end up dead in their car, or
if you do business with the Clintons, you have an 800% higher chance of committing suicide.
Uh-huh.
What?
Yeah, even if you're shot back in the head twice.
No, I mean like the elderly couple in Toronto that did business with them that were killed in a home invasion where nothing was stolen and they were shot in the back of the head, but it was a suicide. What?
Yeah, a murder-suicide. Yes, yeah. I remember that. The thing is that it's I'm happy to see some people that are, for whatever reason, brave enough to finally just say, I can't do it anymore, and hopefully some of these people go down.
The thing with the Clintons is I don't think they're the top of that pyramid. I think
I don't either. No,
just an enforcement branch.
They're in it. They're not the top. I don't know who's
they're in it deep.
But it's somebody powerful.
Oh, it's the same fuckers who are always at the top.
Well, I don't know who it is though.
JP Morgan, those fucking people.
Yeah.
Man. Those fucking it's these fucking families, the 300 families that run the world. You know what I mean? Like, and the worst part is you put them together, and it's 13 families around the world. You put them together in a room. There's less than 300 of them alive, and they're somehow dictating the fate of 7 billion fucking people. It's insane. 8 trillion fucking people. No, it's a billion people, right? We're at a billion people. How many people are on the
it's actually probably closer to 9, but
Canada just went up 1 million fucking people.
Yeah, but
Again.
we imported them.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. Again, we just hit 40 million. Now we're at 41, like within a year.
Yeah.
Mhm.
There's no fucking housing here. There's no place for anybody to live here. There's no jobs here. Fuck this world.
And like,
they have plenty of money to keep helping all these people, don't they? Where's it come from?
Dude, the best part is that all the
You.
Ukraine, like a good 3/4 of the Ukrainian refugees got their Canadian passports and went back to the Ukraine.
Hmm.
All he wants is
Yeah.
a passport. I'm gonna get a drink. You can feel free to talk about anything I do. I'm not gonna pimp. You know that. I'm on a pimp break.
yeah. So you should all play Heroic. Go back Heroic. Buy Heroic. Heroic is
It's a
available.
superhero RPG.
They don't need that information. All they need to know is to put at least $25 down.
But yeah, you know what, Crafty Gamer, I'll send it to you in Discord.
We need to get Heroic up to $2 billion. So Brian from Wargaming with ADHD can get dragged to Canada and beaten with a rake. Even if Bear doesn't want to. That is a pledge.
Can I show you something?
Of course,
Somebody
I
made
think.
me. Look
I
at this.
think you are a girl, right?
Yes. Look. Isn't this cool?
Crafting
Crafting Gamer made me this.
Sweet.
It's for my dice when I'm playing. Isn't that sweet?
TCG.
And he also sent me this little thing with some dice in it, and it has a little picture that tells me what they're for. Because remember, I kept having a hard time. Which dice do I roll? So now I'm playing on two different games. I'm doing the beta testing one for Bruce.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're doing the other one that we were playing.
Yeah, our good friend Raven needs one of those dice holders. Absolutely.
It's nice. Oh, and he made me this bag. Let me see if I can get it. That I'm keeping my dice in.
Shadow, I put the link in the private chat if you want to share it.
Isn't this cool? I love it. It's all sewed together and stuff, has a zipper. So thank you, Crafting Gamer. It was nice. It made me feel special.
This is the link for Bear's game.
No, it's for your show. Or is that for your game, Bear?
It's heroic, so it's heroic.
Okay. You have to copy and
Yes,
paste that
TCG
link. You
here.
can't click it.
Welcome to the show, TCG. Raven, get your ass in here.
Hello.
Hello again.
Shadow, what organic solvent do you use for sprue goo?
I just use what the hell is it?
Really? We
Acetone.
literally just got an interesting guest on to talk about interesting, crazy things, and we're talking about fucking miniatures again? Oh, Jesus. Like, Jesus.
Shut up, Bear.
In the title.
You shut up.
No,
oh my
you.
God, Beavis, shut up.
Hey, I'm definitely.
I haven't got to paint anything yet.
Don't
I have
start. Please don't start. Please, please.
I have
say
two
things.
things I want to paint. They were gifts, and I haven't been able to paint them because I'm waiting on the lights still.
Ah, Jesus Christ.
Polar lights. You guys heard of them?
Another
Yeah.
person sucked into the hellscape of miniatures painting.
Well, they
Not
were.
quite.
They were mailed to me. They're
Janet,
gifts.
hold on a second. Janet,
Yeah?
tell him what you're going to paint.
One of them is the Enterprise, and it has a little shuttle that goes
Holy
with
shit.
it. And then another one is the Warbird, Klingon Warbird, so I can hang them up above my
Nice.
computer stuff. But they're gifts from like 5 years ago from my birthday, and I'm like, I'm afraid to paint because I'm not very good at it.
Are they actual models or are they miniatures?
They're models. They're
That's
like,
better. Model painting I approve of highly.
and I'm really excited. I want to videotape it, and then I won't put them up if they turn out like shit. So,
I would like to take umbrage with something, TCG. I'm not a fucking frothing Trek head that the minute I hear the word Enterprise, I go, I completely approve of everything then. Like, Come on, man.
No, they're models.
I didn't mean it like that. I
Nice.
meant more along the lines of at least you
Why-
would appreciate it
I'm
more
than
than
just
just.
superheroes in Star Trek. I'm just saying, Jesus.
Yeah, if you
You're
want
also fucking mean.
I'm
if you want a
sorry. I thought
frothing-
you'd appreciate it more than just simply me showing a few Tyranids.
if you want a frothing Trek head, you need Mr. Max.
Oh dear God, yes. I'm not the Trekkie, and yet all of a sudden he just lists off 10 facts right in a row.
Yeah, but the Klingon there, the Klingon, they believe that the leader of the Klingon should be the strongest guy. It's like, wow, really?
Remember when I was on your show and I said that I played Goat Simulator? Remember that night?
Oh yeah.
I highly
It was
recommend
on your
nobody
It was on
nobody
Bear's
look up
channel.
goat seed.
Well,
Oh,
I'm
look,
off to Google.
Somebody bought me these because I said that on your show. They're goats.
That's
See,
a nice
so
goat
people
earrings.
do
Nice.
watch and listen, so that's good. But that's the only game that I like right now on Xbox.
And now I want to go get the model kit with the communicator, the tricorder, and the phaser.
I just looked up Goat Simulator. Now I want to pull my eyes out and
It's
squish them on the floor.
fun. Have you ever played it?
No.
It's a fun game. It really
I'll
is.
take
It's
your
a
word
goat,
for it.
and it destroys the city. And can't use. You have to destroy stuff, and it was fun. To get the devil goat, I had to go and headbutt 5 people and drag them with my tongue up the mountain to the pentagram and put them in the middle. And then once all 5 people, they were all screaming and stuff. When I got them up there, put them in the middle, and then they turn into a big blob, and it's changed into a devil goat. So that's how I earned my devil goat. But
You've just lost
it's
your
so
good
fun. I
perspective.
laugh the whole time I'm playing. Bruce wants me to do a live stream while
The chat I'm
while
sharing
I'm
a
playing
screen
because
with
it's
you.
so
I'll
funny.
get up on it.
This is my life times 2.
Oh,
Times 2.
those are cute.
This is my fucking life every day, nonstop. I swear
Why?
to Christ. I have 2 of them, and they constantly do this. They just spend all. I just fed you. What the fuck do you want now? More food? You just ate.
Oh, they're sweet.
They're assholes.
That's
want
my
one?
dog.
You can have one. I'll give you one. You can have the big one or the little one. The little one's still big, but he's smaller than the big one, I guess.
Oh, why do you want to get rid of them? Where'd
I
you
can
get
sleep.
them?
So I can sleep at night. That would be a nice thing. So my cat of 11 odd years died about a year and a half ago. And about a month later, a buddy of mine who's a trucker's sends me a link for these 2 black kittens that are up for adoption. He's like, I'll pay the fees. I think you need to have cats back in your life. I said, but I don't want 2, man. I just want 1. He's like, no, they'll keep each other company. And I'm fucking hurting over losing my cats. So I'm like, yeah, okay. And I arrange it and I get them and they're wonderful. Yeah, they were wonderful for the first 6 months of their life when they were still kittens. Then they became cats. And these 2 are the biggest assholes I have ever lived with. They're just like, they don't give. The scratching post is right there. One of them uses the scratching post. The other one uses the couch right next to it because that's way better than the scratching post. Shit like that.
Do you have a water bottle so you can mist them when they
Doesn't work.
Oh.
Misting cats doesn't work. I train all my animals. I never hit. I train them with my voice. All I got to do is go, and they stop whatever the fuck they're doing and walk the other direction. It's a great skill.
Take care, Judd. Good having
But
you
they
on the show.
outnumber me now. They outnumber me.
Sorry to hear that, Cal.
I
What's wrong,
managed
Cal?
to do.
Oh,
I did the
dude,
same.
I'm sorry to hear that, buddy.
I managed to train my dog the same exact way, voice only.
Happy Easter, Judd.
Problem is, she literally it worked way too well. She literally acts out like an abused dog when I start yelling at her or get mad.
I lost
for
both
anything.
my babies last fall. My
Sorry
Shih
to hear
Tzu and my Chihuahua that I had for 16 years. And I had them both cremated. I cried all weekend over them. It was terrible. And then I got chickens. So
Well, that's an obvious replacement for Shih Tzus and Chihuahuas.
well, they're outdoors, and
Like,
but the
what's
thing
next?
is,
Oh,
I've learned a
chickens.
lot about chickens. So, and I
They're
got so many
loving creatures.
eggs. I got so many eggs. I'm giving eggs away to everybody because I have so many. But they're all pretty, all different colors. So.
Is Janet joining us? Not Janet. Is Raven joining us, or is she ignoring the craziness?
I think she is. I sent her the link before the show. Holy smokes! I just looked up that model kit that I built as a kid with the tricorder, the phaser, and the communicator. $150.
Yeah, that's
That's
what
it?
all kids go for.
That's
these
it?
days.
Yeah, that's cheap.
Yeah, from your era, I would expect $200, $300, or even $400.
Well, they recast models.
Yeah,
a
they
lot.
reissued it many times.
Especially AMD, which did a lot of the Star Trek
AMT.
stuff. AMT, yeah.
Yeah, I went through like half a dozen of those kits as a kid, playing Star Trek in the backyard with my friends, and a lot of good memories.
Janet's backstage, you fucking attention deficit disorder.
Oh,
You mean Raven?
Wizard.
Snap. I am the worst. Sorry, Raven.
Hi, Raven.
Janet,
I said Janet, my apologies. Hi,
Hi,
Raven.
how are you?
I'm good. How are
Great.
you doing?
Great. I've been waiting and waiting. I hear you say, "Well, give her the link." I'm like, "I'm right here."
Yeah,
Hello?
you gotta type something into the chat to say.
You got in the private chat. You got to say, "Shadow, quit playing with your mini."
I put the plastic toys down too.
Yeah.
You guys
I
all
was
know I'm a
following
metal
your-
mini guy. I'm a metal mini guy, so
I was following your
Oh.
conversation about your cats, and I know a thing or two about cats. And I have
They're evil.
I have a cat rescue at my house. I didn't really plan on having a cat rescue at my house, but
Raven, we keep telling you those aren't cats. You need
Well, I
to
have
call an
raccoons now, too.
exterminator.
I had 3 raccoons come in while I was live on the radio last night, and it was so bad, and they were making such raising hell and so much noise. I had to ask my guest to talk for a minute and cover me so I could set the headphones down, get up, and go chase them out the window, which is how they get in, and get the window secured.
So I have a question. Okay, since we got Janet and we got Raven here, and Shadow's a little bit into the woo woo. Justin and TCG, I have no fucking clue. I have a question for you.
Art Bell.
Okay.
Are you enjoying watching the evangelicals lose their fucking mind over the April 8th eclipse that's coming up? Holy shit! They're like it's going to be Rapture Day as far as they're concerned.
It's gonna be right over me. I'm gonna be in the totality area.
You mean
Me too.
Carbondale?
Huh?
I'm in the totality area as well. Like it passes
Yeah,
right
I'm
over my city.
in the
But you
Ozarks
see-
in Arkansas.
No,
It's gonna go right over me.
Go to Indiana or
Yeah.
to Carbondale, where its path
It's
intersects
Illinois.
in 2017. There's
It's
this.
Illinois.
Sorry, Illinois. Pardon me. Oh, fuck America. It's the Midwest. It's full of unemployed people and meth. Okay, what do you want me to say?
Okay.
Yeah, they're
But
telling
anyway.
everyone on the radio to watch out for extra traffic. There's going to be crime is probably going to go up because there'll be a million people here that normally wouldn't be here, and stuff like that. But I have had people ask if they could park in my yard because I have a huge, ginormous yard and a driveway as long as a football field. And I'm like, hell no, and I have a gun. So
Yeah.
Good for you.
in my house or my
Ah,
yard.
that girl. Yeah, no, I was watching this video today where this guy's talking about like giants and like this is going to be the awakening of the Titans, and I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with people? Like,
It'll be over by 3 o'clock, 3 in the afternoon. It'll be going by, and people are going to be going, "Oh, nothing happened,"
Well,
But
Yeah.
yeah,
Wasn't
we
aware
are going
anything
to have
special was
the Devil Comet. You're going to be able to see it during the totality. Really, really good for the naked eye. So that's something to look
I
forward
don't know nothing about that.
The
but
Devil
I know that-
Comet.
I know that they've
More,
built an
please?
altar. What?
You what?
Janet, more on the Devil Comet, please, Janet.
Oh, it's going to be passing by.
What is the Devil Comet?
It's a comet that only comes by like once every 70 years or something.
Yeah.
So it's like the other Halley's Comet, basically.
No, it's I don't know. I didn't know anything about it till somebody because people's been sharing all kinds of shit. But you know about it, Raven?
Yeah. And
Yeah,
since we're having the eclipse, and this eclipse is going to last, usually an eclipse lasts an average of 2 minutes. This is going to be double that, last 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And normally you would not be able to see this Devil Comet, but since we're having an eclipse, we'll be able to see it during the totality.
Without supposedly without like a telescope
without-
or anything. Just
yeah.
wearing the normal eclipse glasses, you should be able to see it.
Right.
So I'm
Yeah.
excited about that because that's something I'm never going to see again in my lifetime.
Yeah,
So,
same here.
I'm excited about
I
it.
might.
Well,
Oh yeah, well
definitely
you've
will,
already seen
Shadow.
it like fucking 100 times, Shadow. Come on,
Minimum.
Hey,
Hermes.
Janet, you
Yeah.
mentioned Arkansas. Aren't you a little concerned? With some of the stuff you talk about being right there, ground zero for the Arkansas Mafia.
They're in Little Rock. They ain't going to come out to the Ozarks.
The Arkansas Mafia. That's fucking hilarious.
And Hillary and them will never come back to Arkansas again.
The
This
Little
is-
Rock
This
Hitmen.
is like trash to them. They're like,
Yeah,
they
no
got
shit.
it made in wherever it is that they're at, the Ritchie place. They
They got it made in their private compound in Haiti.
Let them stay there. Don't come back. But
Yeah.
yeah, I left New Orleans to come here to get away from, it was just terrible. I mean, the crime, and it just has gotten so bad. So, but the thing is, I go from being able to drive down to the a block away and get a daiquiri through the drive-through, and now I have to drive 45 miles just to buy wine.
Really?
Yeah,
You
I'm
have
gonna drive
drive-throughs
through
for
now.
daiquiris and stuff? Oh my god, I love it.
Yeah, in New
Awesome.
Orleans, right outside of New Orleans. I lived in Metairie. It
Do you
was
think there
was
might be a
really nice.
connection? There might be a connection between that and the crime.
What you mean the drinking?
Yes.
No,
Nice
crime
to
is
see.
bad in other places. Little Rock is just as bad as crime is most other places. But after Katrina, it just slowly got worse and worse and worse. Got worse.
I saw a video the other day where the guy was explaining the name origins of all the states, and when he got to Arkansas, he said we can blame the French for this because while it's spelled Arkansas, the French get tired of saying words towards the end. It's just like so true. I speak French.
I
It's
say
so fucking true.
Arkansas. I live in Arkansas.
Arkansas. No,
Arkansas.
Arkansas.
No, I just tell people I live in Hillbillyville. That's what I say most of the time.
Oh, the Ozarks are beautiful.
Yeah, it
used
is
to live
pretty,
down
but
there.
man, the humidity, and I'm getting allergy shots now, but just so I can live here. So
Really?
it
Oh.
sucks. Yeah, one in each arm. I just got one today.
I brought back some beautiful quartz from that area.
Yeah,
Hey,
there's lots.
Raven, what's up with your mic? It's really, really crackly.
It is?
Yeah, can you
Yep.
check the connection?
Yep.
So you hear they've built an altar and got a couple of red unyoked heifers for.
Yes, the first
yeah.
time in over 2,000 years, something like that.
Yeah. You think a comet's freaking.
So what are they going to do with it?
Well, they're going
Sacrifice
to
it?
tie them up and let them bleed out until they die because that's what.
Well,
those
I know,
people
but
do.
During the eclipse, it's not going to be
I
over
don't,
them.
I don't know if it's for anything to do with the eclipse, but
No, it's to coincide with the rebuilding of the temple. That I've heard
Yeah.
rumors that they're getting ready to build the temple for a third time and usher in the Antichrist and all that.
Yeah, there was a TV show about that, or series, or whatever. That was like a mini series or something about all of that junk.
My favorite thing about hardcore Christians is how they can't get their brains around the fact that a good 75 to 80% of the Old Testament is all Sumerian, and it just got transported over and brought to the Middle East from Mesopotamia. And they're like, no. And then they give this argument. This is the evangelical argument I love. This is like tasty, is when they say, no, Satan did that to break the faith. And I'm like, oh, Jesus Christ. So now fucking Satan's the evil leaper from Quantum Leap? Like, what the fuck, guys? Come on. Like, good God.
we like to call the
here's the
evil
thing.
leaper from Quantum Leap the new Quantum Leap show.
Alpha. There you go. But no, but
Here's the thing. If Satan's real, then he's super powerful.
okay,
So
here's the
why would
thing.
that be a show?
Here's the thing. The Chinese civilization and Indian civilization have existed for over 5,000 years. They kind of get precedence on the shit. You know what I mean? They've been around for a while, a little bit longer than the Abrahamic faiths. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the thing. So we have to look at it from a perspective outside of our own narrow focus and start looking for the truths that are universal, and then we'll get better.
Like Taco Bell.
Like, there you go, Justin, Taco Bell. Once we start getting the more universal truths that we see repeating around the world, then we start to get a better picture of things, right? That's
If
the
you're
secret.
telling me Taco Bell is not a universal truth,
No, Justin, it is not a universal truth. It is disgusting, is what it is.
that's part of the universal truth.
Jesus Christ.
Raven,
Remember,
Raven-
children. if
Raven's
you eat
camera
Taco
there.
Bell-
Raven's back. Hey, Raven.
Hey, is that better?
No, it's the same.
Huh.
You got a weird clipping in your mic, but it's fine. We can hear you. I think. I think it's fine. It's not my
The settings to speakerphone. Thinking maybe that would help. Did nothing, huh?
It's okay. I can hear it. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm just hoping you could
Something,
you know,
something,
do something
pizza
about it. If you
pockets.
can't, you can't. It's good to have you on the show.
So there's like an axis of evil going on here. We've got miniatures, 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 and then we've got woo woo and woo woo, like in the corners. This is good. This is really good
Why is it woo woo and woo woo in the
because
corner?
the three of us are talking a lot of woo woo all the time, where
Oh.
these guys are playing with their plastic toys. It's
I was gonna say, I got this. We get it.
It is in the title.
This
of the
is too
show.
fragile to be a simple toy.
See what it is?
Hillary
No.
Clinton.
Voodoo kit.
Oh my god!
I
Leave
got
my
it years
Noel
ago,
alone.
and it's a voodoo doll, so you could like poke pins in it, and it tells you different things you can do to get her to do stuff.
And yet, when I said woo, you're like, why woo woo?
That's why I asked. I was like, "Can he see what I have on my desk or something?"
I can smell my own kind, Janet.
But I just thought it was funny. I mean, I got tons of shit in this office, so it's like, oh yeah.
I just think it's
Janet
really
said,
funny watching all the crazy shit going on in the world right now, and just
Yeah,
watching
it's
people
nuts.
just
It's nuts.
fucking lose their collective crap.
Mhm.
I'm starting to buy into the we all live in a computer simulation theory a lot more these days. More and more.
I don't think
Can't
we're
prove it,
gonna-
but why not?
Well,
I don't think
when
we're
I
gonna-
have no power, I don't have a self service or anything because I have to have a booster in here just so I can use my cell phone.
Where the fuck do you live?
I told you I live in the Ozarks.
No, you
There's
live
nothing
in
here.
the Ozarks, not near them. Like you're in like
No, I live near small towns that I can go to, but it's besides that, it's
Did
not
you say it
really.
was 45 miles away?
Yeah,
That's
45
not
Wine. Wine was 45 minutes away.
to buy
I'm assuming
wine.
a small town
A
had
little
wine.
tiny building at a liquor store on the side of the interstate.
It's not even good wine. It's like boxed wine.
Yeah, it's cheap shit, in a box. Like, what's the name? Easy Days and Mellow Nights and shit like that. So,
Raven,
hey,
where are
underestimated
you,
good
Raven?
cheap
What part of
wine.
the states are you in?
I'm in Illinois. I'm just like 20 miles, 10 miles north of Carbondale.
So you're going to be right there when the Titans wake up and crawl out of the earth.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
is that where that movie came from? That
Remember the
one with
Titans?
what was
No,
her
that came
name?
from
And they
somewhere
had the giants underground or something. Cabin in the Woods.
Oh yeah. That's part
Wasn't
of that.
that
whole
about the
mythology.
Titans that were underground?
So there's a
Yeah.
whole weird mythology that it's a mix of like 4 or 5 different cultures at this point, where they're all talking about these sleeping giants or titans that are live in the earth, and when the signs are right, they'll awaken and lord over us, and then it's fucked up. It's just nonsense.
Do you know what the first true sign is?
You not liking Taco Bell.
I don't
No,
know.
it's something like Taco Bell menu being good.
Droughts, locusts.
No, those are too
floods,
ordinary.
earthquakes. Oh. What?
Oh, total fucking eclipses. That's considered a sign.
Yeah.
But is it a total eclipse of the heart?
Turn around, bright eyes.
How did I get myself into this shit?
You
If you
invite
would've
us
told-
on, dude. You have
If
no
you
one
would
to
have
blame but
told me
yourself.
4 years ago this is what I would be doing with my time, I would have called you a madman.
If we had told you
You'd have been right.
400 years ago this is what you'd be doing with your time, you would have called us witches.
And if we're still sitting here, yeah, we are
I've
with you.
been down with it.
I've been down with it. No. I would have jumped into a volcano.
No.
Which
Because,
one?
because the ladies are here, I'll call you the Count Saint
Well,
Germain this
which
time.
volcano would you want to leap into, Shadow?
Mount Doom.
You'd have
Where
to
is that
invent them
one?
first.
Mordor.
Oh,
Right. Mordor.
the real one.
Yeah,
Mount
pick
St.
a real
Helens
one.
is
You're not allowed
close.
to pick Kuala Lumpur because you're already there for that.
Well, supposedly I have one, up above me. There's a big caldera up above me a few states away.
Are you talking about
Or
Yosemite?
Yellowstone.
Yellowstone.
You know, that
Yellowstone.
big
Yeah,
one?
yeah, yeah.
Huge.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be humongous. So
I don't know who to believe: the crazy people who say it's about to blow up, or the people who study volcanoes who go, "There'd be a lot more warning signs." You just can't
well,
figure
all
out
I
who
know
to
is the
believe.
last documentary I watched, I think it was like 4, maybe 5 years ago, and they had said that the ground has risen like 6 inches and stuff. So yeah, I believe that stuff. I like science.
Yeah, and the scientists are like, it's going to have to go a lot higher
And
before.
we're like 100,000 miles or years past when they thought it would be exploding.
Do you honestly put faith in their ability to tell us timetables of the past?
No,
We can't even
not
figure out how old
really.
the fucking
But
Sphinx is?
if you listen to the drills that they've sent down into the giant ice and both the poles and stuff, and then they've done the tests on how many years, because they could show by all the ash that was in the air and different things like that. When you go by that cycle, yeah, I tend to believe that we're going to have some type of major volcanic activity during some time within the next 100,000 years. Yes.
Oh, within the next 100,000 years.
Yeah, but you
sure.
asked if I thought that stuff was real.
No,
I
I'm
said,
talking
yes.
about the people who are saying it's going to blow, like we're 100,000 years overdue for it to blow, and that type of stuff.
Well, considering if you think about it by those rings, yeah, but that it's 100,000 years. I mean,
listen,
most of us probably
would
wouldn't be around when that happened.
before that.
But
Shadow
I do
will.
believe it
Shadow
will
will.
happen in that time frame if you go by science. So
Yes,
yeah,
but according to science,
I
we're
stopped
overdue.
going by science
Yeah,
about
by science,
2.5 years ago.
What was that? What was that science? What was that? Trismegistus? What was that?
I said I stopped going by the science about 2.5 years
Well,
ago.
after you and Galileo had that falling out, it was only natural that you would go against it.
but yeah, I
Punch
believe
Magellan in the throat. What was that about, man? What the hell did Magellan ever do to you? Jeez.
Yeah.
He cheats in cards.
But
I don't think it counts when you invented cards in the first place, Shadow.
Hey, I made up the rules. He agreed to play by them.
No women's, no Protestants. That was the rule he made up. So anyway, so the Carrington event's the one that worries me more because
Well,
they're
female Protestants, they're okay.
They're starting to see the spot on the sun forming that could very easily lead to this, and when that happens, we're fucked. We're Stone Age overnight.
Yeah, but there won't be anything we can do about it. That's just there's nothing you can do about actual nature.
Well, we could get really, really rich and build a bunker like fucking Mark Zuckerberg did.
Did you see the movie?
Yeah.
What was it? Greenland?
bad.
Did you see the movie Greenland?
No.
Okay, that's a good movie if you want to watch one, because to me, that seemed the most realistic about they supposedly a comet, or not a comet, but like asteroid or something was coming towards Earth, and they'd broken to pieces, and so pieces were coming, but not all at the same time. They were like, one was a little, because they broke off, and they were, some were going, one direction, some went that way, whatever, but they were coming to Earth, and they think it was going to be a mass extinction event when these pieces hit, the big enough ones, and they had smaller ones hitting the Earth, and they were causing like, huge damage and stuff like that. Well, the people were trying to get to go to Greenland to live in the underground shelters that were there. And they had done a lottery, and they were picking like engineers and scientists and doctors and stuff so they could restart, populations afterward.
That movie star, what's his name?
Yeah, it was a really good movie. The guy from 300 stars in it.
Yeah.
Scotsman?
Okay. I didn't recognize him.
The Scotsman?
No, the big buff guy. I can't remember what his
Bean?
name is.
Did he
What?
die in it? Who killed Sean Bean in that movie?
Sean Bean wasn't in 300.
Yeah,
No.
he was the narrator.
That wasn't Sean Bean.
Was it Sean Bean? Who was it?
No.
The guy
I
that
don't
has the eye patch at the end. He was in Daredevil, and Iron Fist, and all that shit. I can't remember that actor's name.
The thing is, that actor is in it.
Faramir from Notre Dame.
And then it's his wife and him get separated, but he's chosen to go, but their son has diabetes. And they said no one has any kind of illness like that because they don't have medicine to last long enough.
It's the Scotsman. It's Gerard Butler.
Yeah, Gerard Butler. That's it. But it's a
And
really,
oh,
really
Morena
good
Baccarin.
movie. I mean, what's happening on the earth, with the people that know they're going to die, they're looting and rioting, and because they know they're all going to die, that they're not going to get there. But the people that think they can get to Greenland are stealing children that have the wristband that can get them in, stuff like that. It's just really, really lifelike to me because you see people chucking each other under the bus, so they can get their way there, that kind of stuff. So I don't know. It just seemed very realistic about the way the people were treating each other.
Shadow will like this movie. It's got Morena Baccarin or whatever.
It's
Morena
really
Baccarin,
well
baby.
made.
Yeah.
It's a very good movie.
Chris Evans was supposed to
That
actually be the
point
star
of
of it
view.
originally. Neil Blomkamp was going to direct it, and then when he dropped out, Chris Evans dropped out, sadly, because Chris Evans is a damn fine actor.
But I recommend watching it if you want to know
Okay.
what to be
I like
prepared
Gerard Butler.
I will take your recommendation and throw it on my Plex.
And tell me when you see it if you liked it or not.
You've ever seen me review a movie, Janet?
No.
I'm harsh.
Yeah, I can believe it. It's
I'm
okay.
real harsh on movies.
I've seen what's on your Plex.
Bear?
No, you're not.
Barrett, you want to know how harsh Janet can be? Janet, tell him how you feel about Willy's Wonderland.
Oh, is that the one with Nicolas Cage?
Yes.
Yes, the one
worst
you hate.
movie I've ever seen in my life. I watched it for like 15 minutes and I just said, fuck this shit. I can't watch it another minute of it.
Did you watch
It's
Mandy?
horrible. Watch what?
Mandy? Nicolas Cage, Mandy? Watch that film. Let me know what you think.
Is it worse?
No, it's a litmus test for where communication can occur between people on films because it is a fucked up film.
Oh, I haven't seen it, but yeah, I wouldn't mind watching it. I mean, I'm up to watch a movie. I even made it through that one movie, Terror Train, with Bruce. So if I can make it through that
The
one,
original Terror Train?
I don't know if it was original or not.
From like 1979, 1980?
Yeah, I think it's that one.
With David
original.
Copperfield?
No, Terror Train with David Copperfield with Jamie Lee Curtis.
Yeah.
I love that movie. It
Shot
was
in Montreal,
great.
my friend. Shot in this city.
That was awesome. I thought it was great. The actor
amazing
that played the nutcase, the assistant and stuff. Wow, they did a good job. That was good.
Can't have that
this
movie
is
today.
another one. These were cannibals that lived in the subway underneath New York City, and they would send trains down there and let them feast.
So the
keep
movie was
them happy.
prophetic, is what you're saying.
Yeah, the movie.
Terror
Bruce
Train?
and I
Are you talking
don't
about
always
movie?
agree on movies. I got him to watch quite a few movies, like Lars and the Real Girl. I got him to watch that. Have you seen
Yeah, sometimes
that?
I see the titles of the movies you guys are watching. I'm like, really? You're watching that? Okay.
Yeah, so
Lars
sometimes
and the
I'll
Real
pick
Girl.
one because of something he says about this other movie that we're reviewing or talking about, and I'm like, hey, you got to watch this one. So that's how I do it.
Lars and the Real Girl. What's that about?
I love independent movies. It's about a
That's not
young
never my
man,
question.
whose mother died giving birth to him, and it's a traumatic thing because he finds out his sister-in-law is about to give birth, and so he kind of goes into a psychosis, and he buys a one of those real dolls on the internet. And he tells his brother and his sister-in-law that this is his girlfriend, and he wheels her over in a wheelchair. So the whole thing is how they deal with him while he's going through this psychosis because he thinks she's going to die when she has her baby. So it's a whole thing about mental illness and stuff. But it's a comedy, slight comedy, dark comedy. But I thought it was really, really good, and I thought it was great. But Bruce kind of like he didn't really enjoy it as much as I did. But I'm not all into action packs and movies and people shooting each other and blow. But my favorite movie that I picked,
movies.
I picked a movie and it's his #1 most watched video on his channel. It's got over 48,000 views, so he's happy with it. But
Lars
The Great
and the
Raid.
Real Girl? Okay.
No, The Great Raid is my favorite movie.
The Great Raid?
Mm-hmm. It's about the only movie ever made about the only time we've ever rescued our POWs. 500 of them.
Okay.
From the Philippines. It was a real rescue, and they interview a bunch of the veterans and stuff that were rescued and people that were involved in the raid at the end of the video, at the end of the movie. So
Where I grew up in Canada, we the local newspaper when I was a kid, one of the Canadian guys who survived the internment camps in the Philippines, wrote every week in the paper. There'd be his journal, and some of the shit he wrote about that the Japanese did to them was like, oh,
Yeah, it's horrible. It's horrible. And I thought they did a very good job at being as close to reality as they could, and make it not, I don't know. They wanted to make it slightly romance because it's about a nurse who's in love with one of the prisoners and stuff like that. It's got a lot of good stuff in it. I love the movie. I don't want to tell everybody all about it, but it's his number one most watched video on his channel right now. So
cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. All right, let's talk about miniatures and make these three happy.
Well, you guys start talking because I can talk everybody's head off. I love talking.
You've never been on the show
I
before.
painted and sent Janet a miniature.
Yeah, I know. I showed him one of your the tower you made me.
Yeah.
Yeah, as a matter
I'm
of fact,
hoping Janet will-
TCG,
Where's my dice tower, TCG? Where's my dice tower?
Yeah.
mine's right back there.
Hey, if you actually gave me an address, I would send and make.
Oh yeah, no, we're good. I don't need you knowing where I live. We're good.
And I made all the guys I play DD with. I made all of them homemade jerky and mailed it to them. My own
nice.
jerky. I sliced it and seasoned it and dehydrated it and vacuum sealed it and mailed
Yeah.
it.
I
I trust
do the
Janet.
same thing here.
I
Not
trust
mailing,
it.
I got a new
Like-
dehydrator / air fryer, so I'm
Oh.
gonna do that because But
I need to actually
TCG
get
Raven
down
over
to
here
buy
is the young lady I was telling you about who needs one of those dice holders to tell her what dice are what. Just saying.
Yeah. We all need Raven to know what the fuck she's rolling.
Raven, you gonna take this shit? I wouldn't take it if I were you. I'd put these young men in their place.
She's just gonna wait for the show to be over and break out her Ouija board and
Seriously, cast some bones on Shadow. You'll find out. He's always the black.
he might
one.
like that.
The evil that men do.
Yeah.
I do have the inside track on some of that shit, unfortunately.
Once again, how's the timeshare at Mount Shasta working out, sir?
Fuck, you think Shadow needs to
I'm looking
timeshare?
forward to a summer vacation. Just put it that way.
He timeshares with a Sasquatch and a grave from Zeta Reticuli. Justin, be nice. It's an outreach program.
For the Sasquatch and the better reticulum.
Sasquatch's name is Jake. Be nice. Jake's a person too, okay?
Jake.
And he's only half Sasquatch. He's also half skunk ape. His parents were a very mixed couple. Don't be judgy. Don't be judgy. Judgy.
As long as it doesn't stink, he's fine in my book.
You know how
Well,
the
he is half
Sasquatch,
skunk ape, so what are
You
you gonna do? He can't do anything about it.
you know how the Sasquatch
There's
came
only
into
one
existence,
type.
right?
What was that, Raven? Sorry.
Skunk ink is only one type of Sasquatch,
Yeah.
and it's different than the ones that are like typical in the Northwest.
No, those are the big ones.
Yeah, and then there's different ones. There's some in Russia. Those are very, very violent.
Yeah.
Not as friendly as the ones here. There's
And
like
there's
Most
five.
the red-headed ones in China, which I can't remember what they're called, but there's those
I-
ones.
If you know anything about any Bigfoot across the world, the further north you go, the meaner they become, no matter what continent you're on.
Well, that's also the truth about bears, by the way.
Well,
Okay.
survival.
Could it be that maybe they're just bears being
No, because here's the rule of thumb you learn as a Canadian when you go out into the woods. If it's black, fight back because they're pussies and they'll run. If it's brown, lay down, meaning cover yourself up and maybe you'll survive the mauling. And if it's white, good night, because polar bears will just fucking kill you. In the northern towns in Canada, there are bylaws that you have to leave your cars unlocked. Why? Because if you're walking down the fucking street and a polar bear comes around a building, you need to be able to jump into the first car that's there for safety. So you're not allowed to lock your cars. Polar bears will fuck you up.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, Raven, go ahead.
No, I didn't know that. That's really cool. I mean,
Yeah.
not cool, but I mean,
Polar bears are serious fuckers, man. Like, you
Now,
know.
they're-
you know
they're
how the
probably
Sasquatch.
the most dangerous animal, four-legged on the planet.
You know how the Sasquatch came to exist, right?
Oh,
Back in the day, back many,
Shadow
many
met a
moons
bear.
ago, Shadow was participating in a donkey show, and that donkey had an offspring, and that's where the Sasquatch comes from.
No. That's how you get the what the fuck is the goat sucker called?
Chupacabra.
Yeah, that's how you got the chupacabra.
That's when they substituted the donkey with something else.
Okay. Shadwell, I'm going to stop picking on you because Justin's now got you doing weird bestiality shit, and that's just not.
Yeah, I've always had
Hey,
that.
Shadow, I sent you a video that I posted on my channel of a black bear that visits Janet's planet. It's on my front porch.
Okay.
Oh wow. You had one on your front porch? Oh, cool.
Yeah, I had it on my front porch because I had baby chicks.
Can you do me a favor and post the link in private chat, and I'll share it with everybody.
Oh, okay, hold on. I got to go get it.
I don't have a video of it, but I had a bear fart in my face once.
I was drunk. What do you want?
Oh.
No, I was like 8 years old. I heard some rustling behind a tree. I went to kind of half crawl around because I'm 8 years old. It's a giant ass tree to me. And then next thing I see is this giant bear ass, and it farts right in my face. I scream in disgust, and the bear takes off.
Oh my
So
gosh.
the black bear.
I swear, though, I could hear the bear laughing as it runs away.
So one of
So
the
was
things
your
I
Uncle Carl.
love is I watch these videos of, like, you know, things people see in the woods that they think might be Sasquatch, and you always hear the deniers go, "It's just a bear," and I'm like, motherfucker, I've seen bears in the woods. Never once did I mistake them for Sasquatch, because a bear looks like a fucking bear. It doesn't look like a fucking bipedal humanoid. It just
Have
doesn't.
you ever
Even
seen a
with-
bear shit in the woods?
Never watched it happen personally, but I've seen bear shit in the woods.
I have too, but I've never seen one shit in the woods before.
Yeah. I've seen their shit though.
You sure it wasn't Sasquatch shit?
No.
Could have been. Ooh, Sam
Could have been.
Squatch.
There's the link for Janet's video.
I thought we were gonna play it.
Yeah, I put it in the private chat.
Yeah, instead of just put it in the public chat.
No, I don't think there's any rumors of Sasquatch where I live.
Where do you live?
North Idaho.
Oh, there's Sasquatches up there.
Yeah.
I believe there
Well,
would be.
It's
Well, I
just
haven't
a
heard any rumors of them
baby,
around
Janet. He's a baby. He's a juvenile. He's like an
It
adolescent.
doesn't matter. He was trying to get my baby chicks, so I was going to go out there and
he's a
shoot
bear.
it. And I changed my mind because I only had my 9 mil, and I thought, nah. So I just kept beating on the door and making noise. And
Oh,
finally,
it is a baby, but it would have been a great carpet.
so, but I did have a bear on my porch. I've had coyote. I've had rattlesnakes. I've had copperheads, hawks.
I have
eagles.
raccoon here in the studio with me, and I took aim with a air BB gun rifle, and I realized 2 seconds too late that I really didn't have good aim, and it shot out the glass of full glass of my storm door, and I missed the raccoon entirely. The raccoons stole my shop vac. I'm not even kidding you. I have it on video where they drug it off the deck, down the steps, and then left it down there. And I thought it was dark, it was late, and I'm like, I'll get it in the morning. When the morning came around, it was gone, and it's still at large. And they had ripped the hose off, and so all I can figure is that the little pieces of cat food that got sucked up in there, they smelled that cat food, and that's maybe the motive as to why they stole it. I don't know.
Well, actually,
Well, they're
believe
making
it
a
or
time
not,
to look up
raccoon are
where they came from.
believe it or not, raccoon are actually kind of a bit of a kleptomaniac. Yes, they collect
Yes,
primarily
yes, I
food,
have that. They
but
take
they
jewelry.
steal
they take
random
shoes.
things.
Yeah, you can't believe the household stuff that they have. They figured out how to get into my house. They because the storm door, if the other storm door doesn't fit flush in the frame, and there's a little bit of it sticking out, and they grab a hold of that and they pop it open, and then just come right on in.
Well, they do
They
have
have
a place
stolen
for bump.
silverware. At the first ice melt, I will go out here in the yard and find all kinds of stuff that they've stolen. Yeah, shoes, jewelry, all kinds of silverware, plates, cups, dishes, clothing, markers off my desk. Yeah, you name it. But I can't find my shop vac. The shop vac is
Well, they
gone.
need the markers to make a list of the other shit they're going to steal.
No,
Yeah.
they need to take it to you.
Well, your shop vac has probably got babies in it now. They
Probably.
probably made a nest
Yeah.
out of it.
I was
Yeah,
gonna say,
there was a cartoon.
I was gonna be that nice about it though.
There was an older cartoon called Over the Hedge. I don't know if you ever seen that. That is actually a very excellent representation of raccoons. They will steal just about anything for God knows whatever reason. They may not keep it, but they will steal it.
Yeah.
Well, they're building a ship to go back to the planet they came from.
So when I moved to British Columbia, the Pacific Northwest in the 90s, I was used to East Coast raccoons, which are fair good size. Then I met Pacific Northwest raccoons. Holy fuck. Those things are massive. And here, you got a raccoon fucking around the yard, you bang the door, you turn on the light, he runs. There, they look at you like, what? Like, it's insane. They're so aggressive. We were in Stanley
don't go
Park.
outside.
Well, we were in Stanley Park, which is this big forested park in the city of Vancouver. And we were hanging out one night. It was a bunch of us, all security guys, all big fucking men. And we saw some raccoons coming towards us. So my buddy starts throwing fucking Doritos at them. And, they're fucking raccoons. They're going to come get the Doritos. And then one of the guys goes, holy fuck, look to the left. And we look over, and there's 6 more flanking us. A bunch of fucking grown-ass 6-foot-tall plus men running like little girls to get in the car and
Hey,
drive away with so afraid.
they'll tear you up. They'll tear you up.
Oh, yeah. No shit.
And my sister had 2. They were babies and they were so cute. They bottle fed them and stuff. But boy, it was a girl and a boy. And man, they got big. But the male got humongous. I mean, he was huge and he weighed a ton. And he would grab a hold of you and wouldn't let go. And I don't care. It could have 2 people pulling on it and would rip your skin off your leg. So, they did whatever they wanted. I mean, there was a
I have one living in the drop ceiling of my garage below.
Uh-huh.
I have a 2.5 car garage down below, and then the living quarters up top. And there's a space about like that from that drop ceiling to the floor here. I can hear him moving around under the floorboards here, and he won't come out. And of course, he doesn't come out because I have the garage cats, and I feed the cats in the garage, so he's got room and board for free, a nice warm place to sleep, and free food 3 times a day.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's entrenched. They're gonna come down.
You got garage cats? Did I hear that?
I have garage cats. Yeah.
If it wasn't for the cats, I'd suggest poison, but no, can't do that with
I'd
cats.
still suggest poison, but she won't take it.
Yeah, that's what he says. But yeah, I've got probably 20 of them now. Right now.
No, you don't. You
You'll have
don't
more.
use poison. It tastes the meat.
spring.
You can't eat them afterward.
There's only 2 of them that aren't fixed. I was
My
able to.
understanding is you don't eat raccoon unless you're desperate.
No, I couldn't imagine
the
eating
cats,
it.
man.
That would be
Pound
gross.
for pound, cat is more nutritious than dog.
I
couldn't
got
eat either,
chickens.
admittedly.
You got chickens and eggs. You can
that?
trade
How
for real
did you
stuff.
know that?
See how beautiful. So
Want 'em?
pretty.
I used to watch a show
If
called
you like 'em,
Manswers.
he's yours if you
People
want
would
'em.
literally send and would literally ask the questions, random ask questions like, which boobs jiggle more, real or fake? Which is more nutritious, cat or dog? Will spikes kill you if they're 3 inches long or only 2 inches long? Literally that random. And it was
Oh my
called
God.
Manswers.
Oh, Bear, let me see your
All
cat.
of the above.
Here's the other one. Here's his brother.
Aw.
This is Bean.
Beautiful. They're both so black.
Oh yeah, black as pitch,
Wow.
black as night.
Amazing.
This
What are
is
their
my boy.
names?
This is Beans. He imprinted on me, so I'm his mommy, and the brother is
Oh.
Misty. Now Misty is my non-binary trans cat, and you
Isn't
can see
it the
Misty
one that's
right
mean
there.
to you? That stares
Okay.
at you? Yeah.
So Misty, when I got them, they were brothers. Took them to the vet. Vet says this is a girl with Misty. I'm like, what the fuck? What do you mean it's a girl?
Not
No
Misty.
testicles. All right, it's a girl. Take them back a month later for their update. So one's a boy, one's a girl. No, this one's a boy. We mean, look, the testicles are here. We're like, holy shit, this is insane. So I decided, okay, you're fucking non-binary. I take them to get fixed. I come back to pick them up, and I said, everything go right? Everything was fine with Beans. With Misty, you're going to have to pay us an extra whatever it was. I said, why? Well, his testicles never dropped, so we had to go in like a female to remove his testicles. I'm like, you fucking non-binary trans cat. That's what that one is.
Oh, poor thing. Had to
Yeah,
go through
poor thing.
extra trauma.
That thing weighs easily 12, 15 pounds. Okay, he is
Well,
a big
yeah, when you
boy.
get fixed, they're going to gain weight.
No, he's huge. He is a
Well,
fucking
he's bigger
apartment.
than he would have been if you hadn't fixed him.
When I go to sleep, he has to, for some reason, do an entire tour of my body, doing this, right?
Yeah.
He jumped on me one night. I woke up the next morning, I had a bruise where he landed. He is a heavy fucking cat. What?
Do they bring you presents? Do they go outside and catch you?
No. They're indoor cats. No, not outdoor cats. The one night a mouse got in the apartment, and I came out to take a piss and saw them fighting the mouse. It was like, took me 35 minutes to get the mouse away from Beans. Then I finally took it outside. It was still alive. I took it outside. I'm like, look, there you go. Better luck out here than you're going to have inside. So good luck, mouse. You know?
Mine bring me these little moles. They call them shrews.
Yeah.
Yeah, they bring me those. Dude,
We had a little terrier that we had. Admittedly, we live out in the middle of a field, and every freaking winter we have a mouse problem to a small degree, at least, because of it. And that little fucker, every for the 3 years we had him, because we got him as an old dog, every single winter we did not have mice problems.
mm-hmm.
Though if there was no sound in the house, you would hear crunch, 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 crunch.
After my mom died, my father was living alone before he passed for a few years. One day, my sister goes to visit him, and she sees a mouse. She's like, Jesus, Dad, you got mice. You got a mouse. You got to do something. He goes, no, he's my friend. He's my friend. I feed him. Okay. My brother-in-law goes by and sees 5 mice running around. We figured out my father in his dementia thought he was feeding the same mouse every day. He was feeding multiple mice who were now setting up residence in the house. My goddaughter brought her Maine Coon by and let it live there for a month. No more fucking mice. None. That was the end of the mice problem. My landlady, when I was telling her about the mouse, she's like, oh God, no, if there's any, let me know. I'm like, lady, I got 2 cats. You've got one upstairs. We will not see any more mice. Trust me. They know this is a bad place for them. Mice are insidious.
Yeah, I gotta get a cat. I hate them. I'm allergic to them, but I gotta get one.
Get a Devon Rex.
Devon Rex.
They're the hairless cats. They don't trigger allergies in people.
It's not the
Are you getting
hair,
a cat
it's
because of mice?
The dander.
Yeah, but they don't produce the dander. That's the point about the Devon Rex. They don't have the dander, so they're like almost hypoallergenic at this point.
Like if you're getting a cat for mice, you could potentially see about getting a ferret or something like that because they also go after mice.
Yeah, because they don't stink.
Yeah.
Ferrets stink.
I don't know.
The problem is I got
had
3
a bunch of,
dogs.
like 6 ferrets, and I never spent anything in that house.
I sent you a picture of some of my eggs. If you want to share it, show everyone.
Yeah, same.
Phrasing.
Not really. I mean, I'm proud of
Shadow.
My eggs.
I raised them from chicks. And I have a beautiful rooster now, and I've lost I lost almost half my chickens when someone dumped a puppy off at my house because I'm out in the boonies, and she was solid white with blue eyes, beautiful little shepherd mix, and she killed half my chickens. But I wasn't there. I was at my dad's, and I'd been gone for 2 days, and when I came back, half my furniture's chewed up, all my shoes, everything on the front porch, and there's feathers everywhere. I cried. And cried. And then I took the dog to a place to get it scanned, to see if it had a chip, because it looked like it was worth money. Like someone had gotten it for Christmas because of the movie or the TV series, the Game of Thrones, because it looked like that dog, Winter or whatever they named it. And no Chip. And then the lady says, "Well, are you going to leave it here?" And I started crying. I was like, "I can't," because I didn't want to. I felt sorry for it, so I brought it home, and I bought a dog house. I got her fixed. I got all her shots and all this stuff. And while I was trying to find her a home, and finally, after like 5 months, I finally got someone to take her. But it was so hard because every time someone would say, "I'd take her," and I said, "Well, she kills chickens." And they're like, "Why are you telling people? Just take her out in the woods. It only costs you 22 cents to get rid of her." And I couldn't, but I found a home for her, and but I can't have her. I can't have a dog that kills chickens, and I don't have the time or the money to go and have a trainer and all that stuff. So, but she got a good home with 2 other dogs. So, and she was fixed. So I wasn't worried about her having puppies and stuff. But it makes me so angry because we find puppies, 6 months after Christmas, you find all these puppies and kittens just dumped out here because someone gets them for their kid and then they don't want it because now it's peeing or whatever it is.
Japan used to never
put them people in jail.
Yeah,
Japan used to never have a. Sorry.
Go ahead.
Okay. Japan used to never have a raccoon problem. One day, an anime came out showing a kid and his raccoon. People like, oh, in Japan, like, oh, we want raccoons. And then the raccoons grow up. Now, Japan has a virulent, I think I used the right word, raccoon problem. There are raccoons everywhere. They're even starting to destroy national monuments.
Oh my gosh.
They have no natural predators in Japan because they are not native to Japan.
Mm-hmm.
So where'd they get them? Pet shops?
Probably. Illegal importers.
Yeah.
Terrible. Yeah, Florida's overrun with all those ball pythons and stuff.
Yeah.
For them because people just take them out and dump them because they get so big.
Yeah. We're overrun with hipsters in Montreal. It's not their natural environment. Somebody brought them in the 90s, and now we can't get fucking rid of them.
Well, I had nothing to do with that.
Does the state pay you to eliminate them like some states do for other?
No, sadly, we're still not allowed to hunt hipsters here, but someday, fingers crossed.
Yeah.
Well, kids, with that, I got to go because I got a road trip in the morning for Good Friday. So you guys have a great night. Shadow, thanks for having me on, man.
You're definitely getting arrested
Thanks for hanging out.
Good to see you.
Oh, man, it's almost 11 o'clock. I need to go to bed myself.
Well, I'm out. You guys have a good night. Peace, love, geek. We'll see y'all.
Bye. See you later, there.
Party on, man.
Yeah, it was nice hanging out with you guys.
It was nice to meet you.
It was nice to meet you guys. It was fun. Yeah, I'm my allergies are starting to kick in. I need to go take my medicine for night.
Well, we do this every Thursday night. You want to pop in and not talk about miniatures or painting? Be my guest.
Hey, I don't mind talking about that stuff. I hang out with most of my friends or do that stuff, so I don't have a problem with it. And hopefully, I'll listen to them and learn something.
It's good to have a creative hobby, whatever it is, whether it's writing or painting or sculpting or something like that.
Well, I crochet and make bags out of old plastic bags. I call it plarn. I make balls, out of the different colors. So I make crocheted bags. I made one for Bruce's wife, one of them. But I also make rhinestone pictures, the rhinestone pictures. I make a bunch of those. Right now, I'm making one of the hobgoblin for a client. And hopefully it'll turn out really good and they'll love it. But I got tons of crafts. I do tons of different. I make quilts out of old T-shirts. I make bags out of T-shirts. I make all kinds of stuff. So I'm always busy doing something.
Good for you.
Oh, cool! You make the quilts out of the T-shirts. I've got all my concert jerseys from over the years and back in the 80s, and I would love to have a quilt made.
I will post a link showing you one of the videos that shows some of the stuff that I've made so you can see it. Because if you know how to use a sewing machine and stuff, I can show you how I did mine.
I don't have a sewing machine, and I'm not good with that. But I would pay somebody to build to.
When my mother passed, I got all of her T-shirts, every single one I could find from all the places she's been, because she always buy a T-shirt, from everywhere. Yeah. So I've made 3 quilts already.
What a nice memento.
Just out of
Cool.
t-shirts from my mom. So, but yeah, I'll post that in the private chat so you can go.
Okay,
see
great. Thank you.
that.
Cool.
You're welcome. It's got some good stuff in there.
Yeah,
But
you
I'm
know, if you want to come by one of these days and show off some of your stuff on while I do the Thursday show.
Yeah, if I have it, if I bring it over here, I could show it to you. But I wasn't planning on doing any of that stuff. But yeah, I'm always in something, But I post some of my stuff, on my YouTube channel. And yeah, in my Discord, I put stuff in there too. And I have it on TikTok. I passed 10,000 finally on TikTok. And my Instagram, I got one video. It's just about to be 2 million views.
Wow, congratulations.
I know. I can't believe it. So, I can do branded content over there and stuff too. But this is the channel that I wanted to do well on. It's the only one I just do, oh well. But I have fun on it. So that's all that matters.
We're still struggling along, but it's where we started, and we'll always be here unless something happens. I got to go back on Rumble and do that and get all our stuff manually uploaded.
Yeah, the only thing is that I don't want to lose my channel on here, because then I lose the name Janet from Another Planet. So it's like I don't want to lose that, because my real name's Janet. I like having this name.
Mm-hmm.
So hopefully I don't get another strike. So I'm gonna try to be good, but I'm gonna go get that real quick. That
Did you contest the strike?
Yes, they said you can say you want to appeal. So I clicked one button, but I couldn't write anything in and say, hey, go look at Tucker's channel. Nothing. I just clicked the button that said please appeal, and that was it. And they sent it back the next day. Nah, that's it. That's all. So they didn't let me appeal. So basically,
yeah. Facebook says, sorry.
Go get that. Sorry, I'm gonna go get that video real quick.
All right. Facebook said I was doing basically false advertising to get likes and views. So they took down my account. The the last thing I posted was a picture of me bundled in a super fluffy blanket, like from 2 years ago during the super cold snap, and with a text, I love the cold. How about you?
Ah!
Clearly a snide-ass remark.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
I'm sure it was something previous to that, but some of these places, they have rules for their own protection, I guess. I don't really understand it at all.
Yeah, here's the best part though. To continue to get their avenue out of me, my account is still active in some fashion. I know, because I'm still getting Facebook alerts, but I can't actively use my account. So Facebook still gets to use my account, but I don't get to do shit with it. I don't even think I can take it down right now until I appeal.
Really? Oh my God. I hate Facebook.
Facebook is one of those evil corporations.
Yeah.
Okay, I shared it in private chat and in the chat with everybody else and said, this is my craft link, whatever.
I posted it, so it's up there.
And it shows some of the decoupage stuff I've done, just little stuff that whatever I see.
What I haven't heard in a long time.
Like my costumes. I've made a bunch of my costumes, like my nun outfit I wore from when we did the Blues Brothers. I made my habit and everything. So
oh, cool.
I made my my long jacket that I wore for when I was Trinity, from the Matrix, stuff like that. So I make a lot of that kind of stuff. So it's fun.
Oh, neat. Cool. Thank you.
But I'll talk to you later. Thank you for letting me join you. It was fun. I enjoyed myself. It's nice seeing you again.
Yeah. Party on, Janet.
See you tomorrow. Saturday. We're playing, right? We're supposed to play.
I can't imagine Bruce missing a game for.
No, I'm just asking Crafting Gamer. Is it our game or is it the other one? I'm trying to remember which one. I always get
if it's our game, it'll be put in beta test. If it's the other game, it'll be put in Terran Keld.
Okay, yeah, I got to remember that. I get mixed up sometimes, but thank you guys. It was fun. It was nice meeting you.
Nice meeting you too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I noticed Justin
That's
playing with
cool.
skulls.
Skulls.
Oh, it's not skulls? It looks like the skull kit from Games Workshop.
No,
Oh.
I'm doing the Knowles kit from Northwind or North Star.
North Star.
North Star.
Oh, it looked like the skull as well.
Yeah,
Must have little
I was
fiddly bits that
painting
look similar.
the minis I got from North Star as well.
I admittedly I ran out of money when the laser Dungeons and Lasers
Dungeons and
Kickstarter
Lasers, yeah, that was a
started.
spendy one.
My
Thank God they
mother
did the
on
payment thing.
Yeah, my mother, as a birthday present, gave me enough to do the payments, and I should be to start the payments, and I should be able to do it, knowing ahead of time that I'm going to have the payment.
Yeah, it'll be worth it. You will not regret it.
Best part about it is they also had the expansion for the previous Kickstarter.
That was a good one.
So I got the
still
miniatures too.
I still have 15 boxes to assemble from that, but I took a break because.
Hey Shadow, do you have the ship the flying ship somewhere easy to see?
It's right here.
That balloon, how hard was it to put on? Like how much of it attaches directly to the balloon?
It's really only got this one connection point in the center. Follow the instructions exactly.
No, I'm referring to the fact that in my game, I don't use balloons for the lift, but I'd love to be able to use it in my game, but I don't want to just leave the balloon unusable either. So I was thinking about attaching it with magnets, but I was curious as to how much of that.
Oh
would take
yeah,
from
if
the model.
you want to do it by magnets, they better be strong because this thing is heavy. But you should be.
I have computer motherboard magnets.
The only problem is this rigging here on both sides. That's going to be tough. You probably have to just say I'm not going to use the rigging, but it actually acts, believe it or not, as a partial support to keep it up.
Okay.
I actually when I ordered these, I didn't realize it until recently, but I ordered an extra one of the airships, so I'm going to have at least one to give away when we hit 1,000 subs. So stay tuned.
Nice.
I might even give away the second one.
I was thinking I would.
A pain in the ass. Just not gonna lie, it was a pain in the ass to assemble. I don't want to do it again. I've got one. It really doesn't have a lot of room on the deck for minis. You can get, I think, 7 minis, plus you can maybe try to wedge one back here at the wheelhouse.
It's the wrong scale.
Yeah, it's dorky. It looks cool, but it's kind of derpy. It'll look nice sitting on the shelf, but that's about it.
It's a good scale for itself. So if you have more ships of that size, they're great for that. But
sure. And they are actually thinking about doing a sort of Spelljammer pirate kind of game with model kits.
I know, I'm super excited about that.
Yeah, if they do that, I'm gonna have to go looking for kidneys because I've already used one from Jackie, one from me, and Alex will be moved out by then. So I don't know where I'm going to get more kidneys. Raven, how are your kidneys doing?
Fine so far. Thanks for asking.
But yeah, you won't regret it. Their stuff is only a gnat's wing away from Games Workshop as far as I'm concerned. And give them time, and they're going to be, the number 2 mini model company out there. Their Kickstarters are always early. Now that they're doing, payment plans, that makes it easy for a lot of folks. And like I said, I've got like 12 boxes under my table right now to put together. And when the second shipment comes in next week, I'll have a whole bunch more to give away, but I still have like 4 or 5 boxes I'll be keeping. So I'm going to be looking at 20 boxes of 40 miniatures per box to put together. So these North Star minis are probably the last not Dungeons and Lasers minis I'll be working on for the foreseeable future. You and the peanut butter, huh, Justin? Because Jackie won't help me put stuff together. He used to love putting these kids together, and now no time for it. But summer's coming, so maybe I'll like turn off the internet or something.
Justin ought to love this. I'm painted up my Tyranids to basically be orcs because I couldn't think of a good scene. All of a sudden, I like my orc paint scheme. I'll just basically use that over again. But to explain that, there is basically a permanent war between a group of orcs and a group of Tyranid. So I was like, what if the Tyranid got enough genetic material to make a hive fleet? It's like, okay,
to make
that's my Tyranid.
Yeah,
So that's my Tyranid. I suggested that I see about getting orc arms and guns, and instead of using the Tyranid guns, using the orc guns. Playing wise, they use the same exact Tyranid rules, but I use orc guns for the models.
That's how Tyranids work, no?
Yeah.
It's like I love that idea, so I got to before I can bust into my combat patrol of Tyranids, I got to buy a couple boxes of boys to get their guns.
You have a 3D printer?
Yeah, I do, but I'm still learning the lingo of how to look for that kind of stuff.
Yeah, just type in orc guns or type in sci-fi guns or fantasy guns or whatever, and look for whatever works. And if you have trouble spelling, so I know you do, control this key, the Windows key, and then H, and it will open up a speech to text.
Now I have I could not find any Word document that it was like, oh, try this one, that's free. Try this one, that's free. I go to look for them. Document to your site or whatever you're looking for does not exist is basically what the website tells me. It's like, oh, okay, fuck you.
Oh.
So I just went to a Word document that I pay $6-7 for a month, and it works great. And includes a Word to text.
No, that one's built into Windows. If you have a Windows computer, it's just built in there.
Yeah. All I'm saying is I've just been using that. That's actually what I've got my entire book written on right now.
Okay.
I'm an old man, Justin. Once I finally figure out a piece of a technology, I don't like breaking from it until I have to.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
I understand that totally.
How old are you, TCG?
33. Almost said 32.
Oh,
I just turned 30.
Okay.
I just turned 33.
Yeah.
You're just a young pup.
Yep.
Yeah, but there's old man by age and old man by mentality.
And when it comes to technology, I'm definitely an old man.
So you're saying I'm really old. I got it.
Well,
Dust was not around when you were born, Shadow.
No, it wasn't. I remember when we first got it in. It was a sad day for everybody.
Dust. Yeah,
that is cool.
Yeah, I'm not done with it, but I like that. I like the way it's coming out. It looks better in person. You can see the
unless you have one of the. Yeah, well, I was saying unless you have one of those cameras specifically for taking damn good pictures, it always looks better in picture.
No. But I'll take some pictures and throw them up on the Discord. But I'm going to say goodnight to everybody. I've got to get up early in the morning as well.
Yep.
It was a great show. Thanks for showing up, everybody. Thanks for playing along, everybody. I will be doing a Saturday night show. No game, of course, Sunday. But Saturday's show, I want to talk about giant space creatures. Things like Tin Man, the ship from Farscape, all those big critters that can apparently live in the vacuum of space and how we can use those in our RPGs, because I've always been fascinated by the idea of things being able to live in a vacuum. And I'm certain there are such things, or at least there should be in our games. So that will be the topic. I just don't know exactly how I'm going to word it, but that's what we'll be talking about. I know I'll see you there, Justin, unless you've got other activities for Saturday night.
As far as I know at the moment, I do not.
Cool.
So
I'm sure you'll bring some of your ideas to it. And I saw the thing you posted on your Discord. I haven't had a chance to look at it because Jackie has been talking my ear off, trying to help me get his video out for this weekend.
Yeah. Where did I posted that in?
Bone Spear.
Yeah. My Discord, Bone Spears and Starships. But I can't remember what page it was on.
Almost the only thing that's
Bone
there right
Spears
now.
and
isn't it?
Star. Sorry.
Yeah.
Bone Spears and Starship sounds like a euphemism for something.
No. It's for
Will do, Cal.
stories.
Take care,
Oh,
No, I haven't
Not
seen him, but I will see him
everything.
tomorrow night. He's got a game, and I'll tell him you said hey. So with that, folks, you guys all have a great evening. Have a great weekend. Happy Easter, everybody. Thanks for everybody who joined us tonight. This was a really fun show. And
was that in general? General, it was general talk. It was a thing about writing short stories. There's a magazine that's taking partially written by AI short stories for sale.
okay.
Maybe it was that.
Okay.
So if you're looking to make money and can hit go on ChatGPT.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right, buddy. Thanks, everybody. I will see you guys when I see you. Have a great weekend. Happy Easter. I am going to go do family stuff. So I will see you guys later. Thanks again, everybody.
Thanks.
Okay.
Bye.
Good night on everybody.